Pleasant good morning, cycling fans. We are out here at the Leslie's Imports, where today, excitement on the tarmac, fireworks, smithereens, the whole thing. But before, let's give a big prayers for a beautiful day. We want to thank you, Lord, for such a beautiful day. We want to ask for prayers for a safe ride today. Everyone out here, all the cyclists, the fans, everybody taking part in today's event. We want to wish everybody safe ride. We want to send our prayers to all our fans, all our family members, everybody. Today will be excitement out here on the tarmac, folks. I'm back live streaming. Oh, look at it. My motorcycle man is even working this day. He come out to live stream and we are working out here. So he will go and gas up the cycle. He had a little misfortune this morning. His car got flat and so he was on his way to Ladyville. But no worries. We are here to bring you guys live exciting action of the Weekend Warriors Belmopan Classic. Folks, will be a scatter out here today. You can feel the excitement. The fans are out, the cyclists are out. Look at the vehicles, look at the fans in the back. I'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsors today, the people that are making this live stream possible. They are the people behind myself. These people, I have to give big thank you. We want to start with our sponsors, of course. Erdonis Bike Shop Chicago, Project Jumpstart Belize, Bernard Sanchez, AM Belize Freight, the As the Wheel crew. Man, everybody, we want to thank Gilroy Wheelie Boy for loaning us his motorcycle for today's event. Some 50-yard riders. Good morning, Fun and Fitness. How much riders? How much riders today? Best today. Okay, all right. So, folks, there's actually 3 races going on today. We have the C, we have the C category, and then the A and B. A and B will ride together, and I think it's about some 50-yard riders will be taking part in this event today. It will be fire and fury out here on the George Price Highway. So the race will start here in front of Leslie's Imports and will finish in Courts Belmopan. So some 48 miles or so. Let me go and see if I could see an official and ask, what's the distance and how many riders have signed up. Thank you all, our beautiful fans. Yeah. Here we have the president of the CFP who will be taking part. Good morning, Mr. Butler. You taking part today? Of course, Mr. Butler is taking part today. How many riders we have? 56 between A and B. 17 for C. All right. So the fireworks will be between the A and B. Can I borrow it so I could call out some names quick to the fans? Okay. So this is the A riders. Yeah. So cycling fans, let me call out the A first. So team M&M Engineering. We have Alan Will, Philip Burns, Willie Chan, Fitzgerald Joseph, Preston Martinez, and Roque Matos. For team BFSC, we have Derek Smith, Gilroy Lewis is not here though. No, Gilroy Lewis is not here. He's here. Oh, okay. Yeah, they had his name down there. Okay, all right, okay. Charles Garoy. Team FAL, Sharon Rocker, that's Mr. V12, Edison Usher, and Claude Young. For Team Digi, we have Barney Brown, Rutherford Cunningham, Kenny Gladden, Kirk Smith, and John Oliveira. For Fun and Fitness, the only Fun and Fitness in this category, Sherman Pestamas. For Team Running Rebels, we have Sydney Belizier, Debaba Kaya Katu, Strigab Jr., and Kenny Gooden. In the Team 480 Alliance, we have 3 riders, Deshaun Garbutt, Dwayne Garbutt, and Christopher Andrews. In Team Culture, we have Alvan Gillett, Kenroy Smokes Gladden, and Valan Sims. And moving on to the B, we have Alicia Thompson, who signed up here. Team Sanchez, no, Team Sanchez. Okay, Team Santinos, Judge Abraham Jr. Oh, he's also A. Oh, these are still A riders. Yeah, okay. That's the one I take after the one, well, right? Oh, no, oh, yes, all right. Judge Abraham for Santinos, Judge Abraham Jr., Daniel Cano, Warren Cowie, no, for Team Troya, Tret Dash Cano, we have Jose Choto and Raja Troya. And for the unattached, we have Isla Willison, Erson Butler, Michael Lewis, Henry Moreira, and Colin Mejia. And that's only here, right? I'm not yet. Okay. So move on to the B riders. We have Andrew Burgess. This is Team NMM, Team B riders for Team M&M Engineering. Andrew Burgos, Michael Wagner, Ryan Willoughby. We have for Team Big Blade, we have Andre Giab, Erickson Lam, Rajil McCoy. And for digital, we have John Burns and Afrain Newman. For Team 480 Alliance, we have Gilroy Acosta, Scott Bell, and for Team FAL, Macho Castellanos. Team Santinos, Juan Gonzalez, and the Chief Castillo. Truckers, we have Truckers Passe. Manuel Escaliano of Truckers Passe. And unattached, we have Tyrone Anthony, Kenneth Butler, America Canul, Gravel Young. That's it, right? So those are the riders, folks. Two more. Okay, all right. So yes, Anthony Escarpeta and Rydell Renault. So those last names that I call are all B riders, folks. We are out here, like I said. Today is such a beautiful day. You can see all the fans come out to enjoy their special sport today in this event. Mr. Garbat, who's on the ride? Yes, man. Henry Moreira. Darwin Lodge, come to support. Cecil knows on his phone. Big Mike Lewis, the floater. Big Mike Lewis put on his number. He's number 51. Big Mike, getting ready. Other supporters. Good morning. Yeah. Dave Yawood. Yes, man. Where is Smithereens? Yes, today will be like crazy. I think this will have more excitement than the Elite Race, Rich, because these guys are fired up for this. Nice warm day. Yes. Quinton Nebales Hamilton in the background. Come to support. This sport is back on fire, folks. With the ease up of COVID, the riders are out in full. They want to showcase their talent. Walking towards some of the riders. Here they are. Team Big Blade, Mr. Erickson, Mr. Gab, Mr. McCoy. Mr. McCoy, good morning, sir. From Belmopan, these guys come from Belmopan. They come blaze up the tarmac, and they are heading to their hometown in Belmopan. So look out for these guys in this race today. Yes, Mr. Escaliano. Now you're Manuel, right? You're Manuel. And then your brother Martin. Yes, morning, Beto. So everyone out here getting prepared. The big team, the team with the firepower today, from what I'm seeing, is the team M&Ms, which include Roque Matos, Alana Will, Fitzgerald Joseph, Preston Martinez. Hey, guy, good morning. Yes, morning. So the whistle is blowing, folks. The whistle is blowing. The official is calling. That's the official is calling. Yes, morning, Mr. Smith. A pleasant good morning, our beautiful friends. Good morning. Yes, the floater. Bobby Sutherland, the floater will be floating today. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Today, the tarmac will be on fire. We'll be blazing soon after this thing gets started. There's be a lot of excitement, folks. I'm glad, I could come out here and bring this to you live. There's Mr. Warren Cowie from Team Santinos. The official is calling for the riders. Once again, I want to big up all people that make this possible. I got a brand new phone from Jumpstart Belize, Mr. Jumpstart Belize, Miss J. Thank you. This phone is working beautiful. Mr. Bernard Sanchez, better known as Jimmy. He also is contributing for this live stream. Erdones Bike Shop Chicago, DNA, sure. Thank you guys. In Belize Freight, the As the Wheel Turns crew, who is in studios bringing you this and raising the level of these live streaming. They are in the studios bringing you this straight from the studio, so they will read your comments and put it up. And they're behind the desk. They want to take this live stream to a new level, and they are doing such a beautiful. I can see White Lopez is here. I didn't call his name just now. He's here. He's a Seaton rider. Yeah. Yes, of course. Big Gilroy Wheelie Boy Robinson. Gilroy Lewis Wheelie Boy, who loan us his motorcycle that is fast, so we can bring you the action. The action will start shortly. So want to say a big thank you again to all the people that made it possible to bring this thing live into your living room on Erdones Facebook Bike Shop page, and also on YouTube, folks. So all around the world, you can see this event unfold right in front of your eyes with all the fireworks today. Here on the tarmac, we are in front of Leslie's Imports, like I said. There's Mr. Andy Bennett, 480 Alliance, 480 Alliance. All right, that's Mr. Andy Bennett supporting the 480 Alliance as we go through the field. Guys, line up there is Mr. John Oliveira, BTL rider. There's Macho Castellanos, Team Fall. There's Mr. Eddie Usher, Team Fall. They will be blazing up out here today. Let me go down the thing. There's Mr. Newman. Okay, we are back, we are back, we are back live. The riders are all lined up. Pleasant good morning again, cycling fans. Everybody out here, the fans, the cyclists, they're all lined up. Kayakatu just pulled up out here on hmm. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Uh, all right, okay. Yeah. This the lineup. You can see Chief there, you can see the Chief. Smokes there. Here is Kaya Katus, John Oliveira, Matthew Castellanos, Charles Garoy, Roque Matos, Ryan Willoughby, Ephraim Newman, Daniel Cano, John Burns, Mr. Escarpeta, Robert Cunningham. I mean, the whole group there is Alvan Gillett, number 24, Valan Sims. We are seeing all the riders out here. This will be a scatter, folks. This will be exciting. I can see Fitzroy, Palace Joseph from the crew as the wheel turn in the house. I can see him talking to Rydell. There is Christopher Pat Andrews. There is Fitzgerald Palace Joseph. A fella Erson today. So yeah, the president of the federation also taking part in this event. Rydell Reno. Yeah. Our guest we had the other night. Real nice show. Alana Will. Young Clad. V12 said he will smoke. He will fireworks. Yes, fireworks. Man, this will be a scotcher. The riders are off. The riders are off. And so I'm looking for more motorcycle. The riders are off. The riders are off. So let me head to my motorcycle. He's coming. There he is, Mr. Banks over there. You can roll out? You can roll out? That a start already? Okay. So the race is off. Motorcycle is coming out. And we'll join the race in a short while. Here comes my motorcycle, folks. Here comes my motorcycle. Yeah, man. Thanks. All right. Yes, thanks. So we are, folks. A pleasant good morning, cycling fans. We are out here at the start. So just moments ago, the riders, we can see them stream out up on the highway. So we are heading to the race. We're heading to the race. We're going to pass through the service vehicle. Just not even a mile into the race as yet. So today, folks, excitement out here on the tarmac. Excitement out here on the tarmac. This is the weekend version of the Belmopan Classic. It will be an annual event for the weekend warriors. These guys, older guys or guys who just want to love cycling and want to take part, but they definitely will bring some excitement today out here on the tarmac. Some fireworks, hopefully some smithereens. Right now, it's one large group of riders, some 56 plus riders here on the tarmac. You can see Erson Butler at the back and Kenroy, Mr. Gladden from Corozal, Barney Brown brother. I didn't see Barney Brown, but let me see if I see him in the group. Here's the group. You can see all the riders here. The race haven't started as yet. The fireworks haven't started yet. They are rolling out at 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour. We are about to pass the Fabers Road roundabout. There is the sign up there. Good morning, all my beautiful fans. Like I said, this live is brought to you by our supporters or very, I don't know the words to use for them, but they're behind me 5,000%, like they said. Yes. Project Jumpstart Belize, who provide me with this phone to bring you this live. Erdonis Bike Shop Chicago, Sharon D, Mr. Bernard Sanchez, AIM Belize Freight, as the wheel turns, Gilroy, Louis Willie Boy, everybody involved. We want to say a big thank you. Bernard sent me some gifts, which I enjoy. Yesterday we had a visitor at the shop, Animal Flores, who has said he have been enjoying the live stream, and now he wants to come out and ride again. He enjoyed it, so he knows my good friend Bernard as Jimmy. So we want to see Animal in a few. On the front, I can see Preston Martinez. On the front, I can see Preston Martinez. I want to say a big good morning to my beautiful wife at home. Yes, I want to say a big thank you to her to letting me come out again. We are moving up to the front of the race. On the front of it is Eminem's rider, Preston Martinez. He's been followed by Smoke Sladden. There's Preston Martinez on the front doing some 25 miles an hour, folks. On the front, there is Preston Martinez, Smoke Sladden, Jose Choto, Kaya Katus, Alvan Gillett, Macho Castellanos, Roque Matos, Santi the Chief, Castillo Raja Choya, Glenroy Morera came out. So everybody is watching each other. No feel excitement yet. There's Eddie Usher pulling up on the front, Team Fall. He's followed by Ryan Willoughby, Charles Garayan. There's an attack by Claude Young. There's an attack by Claude Young. He's starting the fireworks, folks. He have attack. And immediately on his wheel is Ryan Willoughby of M&M's Engineering. There's Charles Garoy and Jose Choto, Smoke Sladden, Kaya Katus, Preston Martinez. The pace is some 32 miles an hour. There's Gravel Young. And Claude is looking back. He's looking back to see who's on his wheel. They have free wheel a bit. And the whole field is coming behind. There's the whole field coming behind. One long line. This will be fire and fury, folks, because this is just over 2 hours of racing out here. These guys will be flying. There's Claude. He's decided to turn up the pressure again. He's trying to pull these guys apart for his V12 rider who is back there. And Eddie Usher, three riders from V12 is out here. Claude Young is the super domestic of this team. Ryan Willow paying keen attention for the M&M schools, like I tell you. Yeah, man, and there's an attack by Gravel Young. And like I tell you, folks, this is exciting already. Riders are throwing down some serious missile. Gravel Young have opened about 10 bicycle lengths and the group. They are watching him go up the road. There's Gravel going up the road. And the group sat back and watch him go up the road. There's a group. Nobody is willing to chase Gravel as yet. But Gravel is all alone. He's bearing down. He's doing some almost 30 miles an hour, heading up to the checkpoint here on the George Price Highway, folks. Today, there will be smithereens. There will be some serious fireworks. I hope you guys sit back and enjoy it on the Erdonis page on YouTube. Yeah, here is Mr. Gravel Young just about to pass the checkpoint. We can see the policemen here at the checkpoint. They're getting over the bump. We're passing the checkpoint here. Here is Mr. Gravel Young all alone out front. And we are looking behind. There's a field behind. That's Mr. Gravel Young. He's taking a look back way to see who is coming. Gravel Young, a B rider. Guy used to ride mountain bike and he brave it. He rides in the guns category, in the guns cycling group. And he is showing that he's not afraid of these guys. He will come out and he will throw down his missile. Who want to come, but this is early, just about 3 miles into the race. Yeah, so they're calling through these vehicles. They don't want to cause any. There comes Claude Young. On his wheel is Ryan Willoughby of M&M's. They are about to catch up to Gravel Young, and here is Claude. He's committed. He's in his handlebar. He's driving it, and he's about to make contact with Gravel. So this is 3 riders up front. So they're at least some 10 seconds ahead of the group. About 10 seconds ahead of the group. There's Claude. He's right on the front. Claude is a serious domestic. He will give it his all, and this is why, like I like to give domestics their big credit. Fans who doesn't know cycling, and if these guys don't complete their race, they would like to tell them some words that are not encouraging. But when these guys come out and put their all in, they have done their job for the day. And so he's stretching these guys. He's working hard for his top rider up back there, Edison Usher, and the V12, who said he will blaze up the tarmac today. So we are just about 4 miles into this event. There's Clyde again on the front. He's followed by Ryan Willoughby and Gravel Young. And these guys are driving it hard early. They are doing some 26 miles an hour. 26 miles an hour these guys are doing. Clyde Young on the front, followed by Gravel. And I'm looking in distance for the group, the main field of riders. This is the Tech de la Course, the front of the race. The Tech de la Course, the front of the race. 3 riders, Ryan Willoughby, Gravel Young, and Claude Young. 3 different teams. There's a station prize coming up. Seems like a station prize coming up, I believe. I'm seeing the guy waving his hand. I can see the official raising his hand. So that should be a station prize. Ryan Willoughby will take that one easy. Yes, Ryan Willoughby have taken that first station prize here at Old Belize. He's been followed by Gravel Young, and here is Claude Young. Claude was at the shop yesterday, and he said he will come out to bring excitement. Here, he's straight on the pace. Claude Young straight on the pace. He's burning down, and he's opening a gap between himself and Ryan and Gravel, and they aren't able to stay with him. Ryan and Gravel are not able to stay with Claude. He's in his drop. He's like in a time trial position, and he is driving it like crazy, folks. He's driving like the race is just a mile to go, and he's committed. Who wants to come? Come. If you don't want to come, well, you'll be left behind. That's how Claude is riding today. And way in the distance, you can see the main field. Claude alone passing the Puma gas station here at mile 5.5, almost mile 6. Here is Claude driving it. He's all in, and this is early. He's all in. So this kid here, no holds bar when it comes to him. A pleasant good morning, all our cycling fans. Today, a beautiful day in Belize. It's nice and hot and sunny. I can feel the Easter weather. It's a nice day to go to the Keys, but we are out here bringing you guys live excitement of this Weekend Warriors Belmopan Classic. There is the coach, Douglas Lamb, coaching along his fall rider, Douglas Lamb. He is the coach of the fall team. He's telling the rider to drive, don't drive, and he's driving. And I can look back in the distance, and there's no one coming. Claude have opened a significant gap between himself and the main field. Claude is committed. He will drive all the way there. His coach, Mr. Douglas Lamb, and the motorcycling coach him on. We are about to cross over the Burn Canal Bridge here at mile 6 on the George Price Highway. The tarmac will be light up today, folks. There will be a whole lot of fireworks, so we'll slow down a bit. We know that Claude is all the way out front, so we'll see what's going on at the back. So we are awaiting the main field. The peloton, as is known, they are coming in a few. But Claude Young is all up the road. We just crossed the Burton Canal Bridge, folks. A pleasant good morning, a beautiful day here in the Jewel Belize. Like I always tell people, Belize is such a beautiful country. Just imagine in other parts of the world, people are fighting for their lives, bomb missiles dropping on them, they get shot for. So let me see, here comes the other 2 riders. This is Ryan Willoughby and Gravel Young, who was with Claude a short while ago. He have definitely opened over that's at least about 10 seconds or so. He's up the road, and these guys are looking back, and still yet the main field haven't arrived yet. But definitely, that tell you something. There will be some mad fireworks, folks. There will be some mad fireworks, because these guys won't let Claude walk away all the way to Belmopan all by himself. So you will definitely some serious fireworks out here on the tarmac. So we are awaiting here. One rider coming. Let me see who that rider. Young Judge Abraham Jr. Young Judge Abraham Jr. have taken up the chase for Team Santinos. He have opened a small gap, and already this thing has been blown. The spin is there. Is V12, and Smokes Latin. Smokes right, and if wheel of V12 is turning up. He has brought out his V12 today, folks. Yes, there he is. Team Fall. He's looking to go across to his teammate. Yes, Smokes. He's committed. He's on the wheel of V12. V12 have caught up to Judge Abraham Jr. He's out of his subject, and he's going straight across. V12 is, like I said, this man is a madman, and he has free will. He have caught Gravel Young and you have caught Gravel Young and Ryan Willoughby, and he was slowing a bit because his rider is up the road, so he won't take them across to him. He have free wheel. He's a smart. He's looking back to see who is coming. George Abraham is looking back. They are looking back to see if the Fury join them. But V12 have come across. He didn't take any chance. He's looking good. He's looking good today. They're looking back. Way up the road is Claude Young. He have opened a serious gap. There is V12 again. He's staying close to gravel. He's not car. He won't let anyone escape to go across to his rider. He wants to make sure that he will be there, folks. 5 riders here in this second group. Up front alone is Claude Young. Douglas is balling, and V12 and them come off the pace, So V12 just have to sit on and cover any attack. That's the way he ride. He's right behind George. He's looking back, and the field is all the way behind. So he's telling, don't chase. Douglas is telling V12, pull off the pace. Let them chase. Let them pace. And so that's why a coach is so important. V12 have free wheel. He have free wheel, and everybody have free wheel. Smokes is on the pace, but he's just doing a slow pace of about 16 miles an hour. Gravel Young have decided that he will continue. He is opening a small gap, and George Abraham is out of his. There is Robert Cunningham coming across to these 5, and Troy Gabb, young Troy Gabb Jr. is coming across. I can see Andrew Gabb coming across. Willie Chan, Kaya Katus, Roger Troyer. Oh my God, it's lighting up there. There is Mr. Michael Wagner. There is Hossa Choto. There's Fest. And a series of attacks is happening, and the guys are paying keen attention. They have come across in a drove. Look at them. There's Valance Sims. There is Juan Gonzalez. Scott Bell of the 480 Alliance. There is Mr. Green. There is the Chief Castillo. Dwight Lopez of the Seatong. One rider from Seatong is here doing his thing, representing D Wade and the Seatong boys. There is Deshaun Garbutt. Beside him is Henry Murray. There is Alvanjit. Roque Matos, one of the, yes, we had the night, Thursday night in the show. The fans love that show. There is Mr. Acosta. There is John Burns. There is the Baba Balazier riding for Running Rebels. Edison Usher, there riding for Fall. Beside him is that's Big Mr. Will beside him. There is John Oliveira, Macho, Castellanos, Preston Martinez, Andrew Burgess. Big Mike Lewis, the floater is here. Big Mike Lewis in his sleeves left jersey. There is Derek Smith, Charles Garay, Manuel Escaliano, Rydell Reno, Mr. McCoy from Big Blade there, Dwayne Garbutt, Efrain Newman. 2 females in this race. There is Alicia Thompson. She is riding for Culture. Kenneth Butler in this event. There is the Rocket Fitzgerald Joseph over that side looking on, paying attention. Chris Andrews, Erickson Lamb, Big Blade coming out to represent these guys. Alana Will, another guest on the show. Erson Butler, the president of the CFB. There's Warren Cowie, Daniel Cano, and at the back I can see Escarpeta and Kenny Gladden. I don't see Barney Brown today. Barney Brown seems like, one long line, guys. The race is on. The race is on. Look at the one long line. A beautiful sight, beautiful jerseys, beautiful bicycles, and these guys are weekend warriors, but they are turning up. We are passing through the 8 Miles community, folks. Hoping you guys are having a wonderful time. We are doing some 22 miles an hour. There they go around the roundabout, one long line. So this race, like I said, will be on fire today, folks. The rider way at the back is not in the race. He's an elite rider, but he's just following. He's the only rider not in this race. But look at the long line of the beautiful jersey. Everybody paying keen attention. I can see some fireworks going up front. Claude Young is all the way out front, Claude, all the way out front. Some 56 riders in this combined A and B category. I think each of these guys will have their own prize in their category. So I will try to tell you who are A's and B's if I could remember. Claude out front, he is an A rider. He's one of the pretty young riders, like Mr. Erickson, Santi the Chief, and the Gap. Those guys are B riders. So once I call them their name, I will tell you which group they belong to. Kenneth Butler is a B rider. We are passing through the field. There's Preston Martinez, he's a A. Michael Lewis is a A. There's Michael Lewis, number 51. Judge Abraham Jr. He is here is Big Mike right beside us. Big Mike out of his saddle. Big Mike, Big Mike have attacked. He's floating away from the group. Big Mike is floating away from the group. And look at Colin me here. He's trying. Big Mike is floating away. Number 51. Look at him go. He have opened a gap. Big Mike is taking no chance. Big Mike is looking good, guys. He's floating today. Look at the man. Look at him bearing down. I can feel a little headwind. Big Mike have opened a gap on the main field, and he's looking back. There is Big Mike. A beautiful day, folks. Some excitement out here. Yes, Big Mike turning it up. Number 51. He said he was slow down and wait on the field. He was slow down and wait on the field. I can see way in the distance, Claude Young way in the distance. We'll just drive up and meet Claude Young and see if we could check the gap. Claude Young is all the way up. We are approaching just past mile 9, we are approaching up to mile 10, and I can see the leader all the way up front. Claude Young, the lone rider from Kinfall, blazing a trail out here on the George Price Highway today. A lot of fireworks will be on the tarmac here. We are approaching Claude Young, so the gap has closed a bit. So Claude Young is in his drop and he's committed and he's driving it here. We are with the leader, the Texel approach, the front of the race. Claude Young pushing it to the limit. Look at his tongue. He's pushing out his tongue, but he is driving. If anybody wants to come across, they will have to come across. No foul rider will chase. The other teams will have to commit themselves and bring it back. But he's a one-man army right now, and he's taking no prisoners. He's driving. We are almost approaching the mile 10, the climb at mile 10, and Claude and his quarter machine in his beautiful fall kit, driving it. He's looking good. He said Mr. Donis will be out there to provide the fans with some fireworks, and that's exactly what he's doing. Like I said, we want to give a big appreciation to all these riders because it's tough, getting up early in the morning, training, have work, have family, and come out here to provide a mile 10 mile post here. And we are heading to Belmopan, the capital city, a beautiful country, beautiful capital. The fans will be waiting for the riders. So Douglas is telling me there's another prize coming up. There's another prize coming up. And see, definitely Claude Young will take this prize. So Claude Young all alone, just past the mile 10, and he is driving it. He's doing some 27 miles an hour all alone. He's all alone. And we're looking back to see how far the main group is. And so he have won that prize. Claude Young have won that prize. There's Mr. Guns. There's Mr. Guns here. Mr. Guns came out to see the weekend version. Here, some of his riders are in this event today. Claude Young all alone. We are approaching the mile 11 mile post, and Claude is committed. He is pushing it. All right, so we'll drive up a bit. The driver said we'll drive up and we'll take a time check. We'll drive up just a bit and take a time check. We just passed Marnet Flowers, the past cross country champion on the highway, also doing a little training. I believe that she probably will return to some racing, hopefully. But we are driving up. We will pull on the side, and we just a few hundred meters from the 11-mile post. Yeah, once the official pass by. And here comes Claude. You get off the cycle? Okay, let me get off the cycle quick. There's Claude Young here, just past us. Claude Young have just passed us. Check the time, Banks, check the time. Or fans, you can check the time. And way in the distance, we can see the big field of riders coming. One rider just in front of them. And the big field of riders with all the service vehicle coming behind. Such a beautiful day. The sun is out. It's blazing on the highway here. Here comes, let me see who this rider is. One lone rider from Team Santino's, that's Mr. Green. Mr. Green there. Here comes the rider. On front is Mr. Willie Chan here. On the front here is the whole bunch of riders passing us. Here is the song of the cyclist, the wheels, the beauty of the sport. Here they pass us. The main field of riders passing us right now. Here's Judge Abraham. Wait, so we have some difficulties? Wait, say, yeah. Wait, say what? He hears you or something? We're back live? Can I be back live? Okay. Yes, folks, we are back. The guys from the studio are informing us that the clarity of the video is not good. We're not sure if it's the data or something, but the audio is good. So, like we said, technology is not 100% proof, but you know, we are trying to bring this thing to a new level. So we are heading back to the race. We are heading back for the race. Sorry for that very last transition or whatever, but we are heading back to the race. We are mile 11 and a half into mile 12. We are going back to cycling shortly. Thank you all again. We can see the service people in the distance. So the race should be, we should be on the race shortly. We can see the service people. So we are approaching the service people. And shortly we'll be back with the race. We hope that it clears up. We're not sure if the data is the issue here, out here on the tarmac, on the George Price Highway for this Weekend Warriors version of the Belmopan Classic. We are passing through heavy traffic. We are passing through heavy traffic, and we are heading to the race. A line of vehicles. We are a line of vehicles. So we should be with the race shortly. We should be with the race shortly. So a line of vehicles. We are passing them as we speak. Thank you all for being patient. Thank you all for being understanding. This is a lot of hard work to bring this thing here to you guys live into your living room on YouTube and on Facebook page. So we're passing through the traffic. So shortly we should be with the race. We are just behind the service vehicle. They are all over the road. The vehicles are all over the road. Like I said, this is not an easy sport. This is a moving game, like we said. Here are the service vehicle we are passing through. That's the vehicle for the running wobbles. The vehicle. That's the service vehicle we are passing through, and we can see the way of the race, and we are about to hook up with the riders out here on the tarmac on the George Price Highway. So we are at the back of the field. We are at the back of the field. There's Mr. D Wade of Seatong. He's not in the race, but his rider is here. The White Lopez is in this event. We are passing through the traffic. Riders are all over the road. Yes, Yes, there definitely some attacks have gone on. A little short break have opened up. Let me see. I can see the Sean Garvin going across. So a group of riders. This is a group of riders. Riders have been attacking and freewheeling. There's Roger Troya. Let me see. We are heading up to the front of the race. We can see Mr. Newman. We can see Mr. Newman and Double Young chasing hard at mile 13. Yeah, it was another prize. I guess Clad had took that, but a lot of separation is happening. A lot of separation. There is Mr. Newman and Gravel Young. On event, we are passing Barney Brown House. I can see one lone rider. Let me see who that rider is. Let me see where we should, that spelling style is of Mr. Who's that? That song like that's Mr. Green. That's Mr. Green from Team Santino's. He's chasing a rider from Belcal, Jersey. Let me see who this rider is. Huh? Oh, okay. This rider is not in the race, like Bang said. He's just on the highway. Dean Bilal, he's a weekend rider, but he's not in this event. He's just on his training. Let us go up front again, and I think it's Clad Young who probably might be out front. We're heading up. We're almost at mile 14, folks. We're almost at mile 14. This is the Weekend Warriors Belmopan version of the classic. Belmopan Classic. I can see Douglas Thompson right now. We are with the leader. We are with the leader, Clad Young. And he's still spending a ferocious pace. Here is Clad Young. He's committed. He's still committed. He's driving the pace. He's driving the pace. Like I said, folks, the guys from the studio inform us that the clarity of the video is not that clean. And like we said, it's probably the data, the internet or something. Technology is not foolproof, but at least we could bring you guys this race today. Good morning, Mr. Bernard Sanchez. Good morning, Miss J. Good morning, Ian. Good morning, Dee and Sher, George, Lex, my beautiful wife, Debs, home, all you guys who are behind this thing. Big up to Gilroy Lewis, aka Willie Boy, in California. His name was on the starting list, but he's not here. But his motorcycle is here, bringing you guys live action of this Weekend Warriors race. Clad Young, all the way just past the mile 14 post. He's heading into Hattieville. This is about a 48 mile race. Start at Leslie's Import, heading to Belmopan, capital city. Will finish in front of Courts, Belmopan. So just over some 2 hours of mad riding out here on the George Price Highway. The heat is on. I can feel the heat. I'm on this motorcycle, but I can feel the heat bearing down on me. And imagine these cyclists pushing it hard out here, burning up those legs, those heart, those lungs, turning up on the tarmac. So we are heading into Hattieville. A beautiful day out here, folks. A beautiful day out here. Beautiful day for racing. A lot of racing shortly. A lot of racing will come up shortly. We have the big Bunko Classic coming up next week. And then we have the junior cross country, the female cross country, and the big dance. So every week from here onwards is cycling in Belize. And the folks love their sport. They love cycling, especially our folks there in the US, who get a chance to see what their fellow Belizean is doing back at home. They can relax, get their popcorn, get their beers, whatever they want to get, their rice and beans, and enjoy this beautiful race out here on the highway. There's Clad, he's going around the roundabout. We take a shortcut. And here he comes around the roundabout. Clad Young all out in front. The rider from Fall. Good morning to Mr. Alvin Card. He's the sponsor of the Fall cycling team. Clad, we are number 47. Weekend Warriors have their setup nice. They sent us the starting list last night. Yes, let's go. I can read that. Let's go, Clad. You got this brother, I guess that's Clad's sister watching him. and he is definitely turning up the tarmac here. Family member, big up to Claude out here. This kid works hard and he rides hard, and he isn't afraid to come and play out here in the sport that he loves. So we want to give a big respect out to Claude. He's turning up the time out here, keeping you folks entertained, keeping you on the edge of your seat. So we are approaching Hattieville shortly. A motorcycle is waving through the traffic, and shortly we should see the main field coming from here. But Claude is committed. He is, he's riding some 25 miles an hour all alone out here on the George Price Highway. Yes, the beautiful sport of cycling, the hard sport of cycling. Like I said, once was a rider, and I know what it is to come out here and ride, but not only ride, race. It's a whole new level when it comes to cycling, because you suffer, and you ask yourself, why am I putting my body through this? But just for the fun of the sport, the love of sport, you will continue and recover and return and race again. So we are crossing the bump here in Hattieville. So we'll pull up just a short bit. My driver is pulling up. He will check something. Claire just passed us by, and we're waiting on the main field. How you go? You good, Banks? You good enough? All right. So I can see. Yeah, I can see. Oh, did you get off? All right, hold on. Let me get off quick. We are here in Hattieville. There's a police station. There, the police coming. And here comes. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 riders. Let me see if I could see their name. That's Mr. Newman. That's Mr. Newman. Henry Morera of Valvoline. Henry Morera, Gravel Young, and Mr. Green. All of them pass by. Henry Morera driving that chase group to try to catch up to Claude Young, and we are mating. Here comes the main field. There's some serious attack. Let me see who is on the front. V12 turning up. Let me see if that's V12. Is it him? He's looking back. Let me see. Yes, that's Mr. V12. He have realized that this guy is on his wheel is young George Abraham Jr. Look at the long line. There's Smokes Gladden. There's Deshaun. There's Kaya Katus. Let me get back on the motorcycle and join back the race. The race is on. The pressure is on. Yes, the race have just passed us. Time check, Mr. Morio. It's tough for the time check, but Claude had a bus about 15 or 20 seconds on the main field, but there were 4 riders chasing actually, but I saw Henry Morera was chasing, and his wheel was I think Mr. Green, and behind was Gravel Young and some other rider, but we'll catch up to them shortly. Again. Just checking. Like I said, we want to raise the bar for live streaming, so the guys are in the studios, and so they will see everything. We hope that the clarity of the video gets better. Let me see if there's rider off the back. Seems like one rider off the back. I'm not sure. Yes, that looks like Mr. Oscar Peter. He's one of the older guys. He rides on the beat at the ring. That's definitely Mr. Oscar Peter. He have been detached from the field. Mr. Oscar Peter have been detached from the field. We are heading up to the group. And the pace is ferocious, folks. The pace is ferocious. I can see one long line. Here is the Santinos. Here is the Santinos crew. Yep. And so we are at the back here. These 2 riders on the tail are not part of the race. That's D-Wade and it's Fitzgerald Joseph. He is the last rider in this group. Fitzgerald Joseph is the last rider in the group. There is Mr. McCoy from Big Blade. The pace is ferocious, guys. One long line, and they're split in the field. Look at the riders all over. Bodies are all over the tarmac, folks. Bodies are all over. Guys are fighting to get on wheels. I can see I can see one of the female, Alicia Thompson, there sitting on the wheel of her teammate, Mr. Alvan Gillett, and they're moving up. I can see Charles Garoy. I can see Andrew Burgess. There is Mr. Erickson of the Big Blade. Big up these guys. The breeze is blowing. Riders are on the edge of the road. The echelon is long. There's something wrong. Yeah, one of the Gabbard brothers and like Deshaun, something his chain is off. I'm not sure what went wrong. I can see Roque Matos. I can see Alan O'Will. Split is in the field. It's been blown to smithereen, folks. Look at the riders all over the tarmac. Look at Big Mike, the floater. Look at John Burns. Look at his face. You can see the suffering. Look at Kenneth Butler. These guys are suffering out here. There's Mr. Andrew Gabba, Big Blade. There is Top Bell riding good. There's the Chief Constantino. He's following the wheel of Alana Will. Alana Will is closing the gap. There's 4 riders here. Hussein Choto, Baba, Big Mr. Will, and Colin Mejia. There's a gap open up. Let me see. We are moving up to that group of riders. I can see a Santino's jersey. This is Mr. Green. He have paid the price. He was in that group earlier. There's Gabriel Young. They have paid the price. The group have caught up. And there is, let me see how much riders there. I can see 1, 2. We are approaching. I can see Kaya Katus, Running Rebels. I think I see Troy Gab Jr. I can see, let me see, Dwight Lopez of Seatong, Dwight Lopez of Seatong. Who is driving the pace? Roque Matos, number 6, Roque Matos driving the pace, followed by Kaya Katus. There is Trigab Jr., Smokes Gladden, and Seatong rider. And there's a group up front. There's a group up front coming up. Let it move up front. Dwight Lopez is a Seatong rider. Dwight Lopez is a Seatong rider here in this event. There's a split in the field. These guys are closing the gap on Claude Young. They are closing the gap on Claude Young. Let me see names in this group. I can see Henry Moreira. I can see Ephraim Newman. I can see V12. I can see George Lovell. George Abraham Jr. Valan Sims. These are 5 riders chasing to make it back to Claude Young. But Douglas Lam is telling V12 not to work. Yeah, Judge Abraham Jr., like I said, this kid will blaze up the highway. He's asking for help, but V12 won't help. He shook his arm, and Newman have to come out. V12 won't chase his teammate. You know, that's cycling. You won't chase your own team. They are trying to organize. Judge Abraham Jr. is telling to come out. He's telling Valan to come out. He's telling Moreira, and that car was fallen deaf ears. Valan won't help. There's attack. On the pace is Henry Moreira. A small gap have opened between Mr. Newman. He was up front. Mr. Newman is paying the price. And Douglas Lam is telling V12 not to chase. They are closing the gap on Claude. But Claude is a rider from Team Fall. He's a rider from Team Fall, and Team Fall won't chase. V12 will only come around. He won't chase. He's shoving his shoulder to tell him come out. And back on the pace is Henry Moreira of the Valvoline 501. He's riding in this Weekend Warriors race, and he's followed closely by young Judge Abraham Jr. of Santinos, followed by Valan Sims of Culture. Here is Mr. Roca. His coach is telling him not to chase. So V12 won't chase, and Mr. Newman have caught back 5 riders, 5 different jerseys. The rider up front is Fall Latonia. So 5 riders here, a 501 jersey, a Culture jersey, a BTL jersey, a Santino's jersey, and another Fall jersey. And these 5 riders are pushing it hard. They are pushing it hard, and they are closing the gap and Claude inch by inch, pedal by pedal. Moreira looking smooth. Moreira looking good. Newman on the pace again. Newman on the pace, chasing George in 3rd position. And at the back here is the Fall rider, the big V12, who said he will come out to play today. I'm not sure about the gap behind. We are up front. There is Mr. V12. There is Mr. V12. I believe that as soon as these guys will be caught, as soon as they caught Claude, I believe that he will attack. But let us see. There is the coach, Douglas Lam. We are at mile 19, folks. We are at mile 19 on the George Price Highway. This is the Belmopan Classic, the Weekend Warriors Belmopan Classic. We are here with the second group. The technical course is one lone rider up front, and the gap is closing. The gap is closing. George Abraham Jr. is looking back. He's talking to them. Let's pace. Let's get together. Let's drive this pace. And the field is closing. The field is closing on these 5 riders. The field is closing because there's no cooperation. Let me see who is chasing. Who is chasing? No other than Roque Matos. No other than Roque Matos. Roque Matos. He is a serious cat. This man have been racing for a long time, some 30 plus years, and he have bridged the gap. He have bridged the gap. Here comes Mr. Balazier of the Running Rebels. His teammate Tri Gap Jr., Smokes Gladden, Santi the Chief, Kaya Katus. Yes, Mr. Scott Bell, a big surprise. Mr. Scott Bell is here. Alan have come across along with Dwight Lopez of the Seaton. Yes, some 12 plus riders here in this event. Kaya Katu straight on the pace, or female rider straight on the front. Yes, she's trying to close the gap. Kaya Katus, the 2 female in this event, Kaya Katus and Kaya Katus just pull off the pace. Roque Matos back on the pace. Roque Matos back on the pace. This man is mad. This man is committed. He knows the ride race. He's pull off on the pace. There's Mr. Belizier. They are trying to close the gap on Claude Young. There's Mr. Roque Matos. There's Belizier have opened a small gap, looking smooth on the front. And George Abraham Jr. chasing back, getting back to the wheel of Mr. Belizier. Small gap has opened up. There's Kaya Katus on the front of again. Kaya Katus committed. Kaya Katus among the males. She is doing an awesome job. Kaya Katus of the LA Sweats. And they're waving. They're both waving their teammates. They're telling him to go. He was waiting. Belizier was waiting, but they wave him and tell him to go. Roque Matos right back. He see the danger, and he have followed. And there is the Chief. Chief is on the wheel of the V12. Chief is on the wheel of the V12. Chief is looking good. I'm impressed with Mr. Scott Bell from 480 Alliance. I'm impressed with these guys. They are definitely turning up the heat. And this, if the crowd don't pay attention at the back, this could be serious because some riders won't chase at the back. The Santino's riders won't chase. The Culture riders won't chase. The only one Valvoline is here, and he have made sure that he have made this break. Henry Morera, the serious rider. There's Smokes Gladden. He is a member of the Culture team too. So Culture have 2 riders here. M&M have 2 riders here. Running up top 3. Huh? Oh, okay. Off the front, a serious attack have been launched by V12. He have opened a serious gap. V12 have launched a serious attack, and on his wheel is George Abraham Jr. He's splitting this group apart. This group is being split apart, folks. Look at the length of riders. Oh my God, it have been blown to smithereens, folks. Look at the riders. Look at the expression on their face. The heat is on, the pace is on. I see head shaking. I can see what we are doing. Some 32 miles an hour here. We're passing 3 riders, Scott Bell, Balazier, and Chief. And V12 is flying up the road, folks. V12 and George Abraham is flying up the road. He's going to catch up to his teammates, and they're going to drive it like crazy. We are approaching Rockville. We are just about a mile from Rockville, and we can see right in the short distance. We can see Claude Young and V12 and George Abraham have blown the thing to smithereens. V12 is committed. He will get across and he will work with his rider. He have launched an attack, and on his wheel is George Abraham, and these guys will work. This is 2 serious workers. If these guys don't pay attention, this could be it, folks. This could be it. V12 said Mr. Donis, I will come out and I will definitely do some serious fireworks. And he's doing, as he said, he was at the shop yesterday doing some little tweaks on his bike. And he said, Mr. Donis, I'm going to blaze up the tarmac tomorrow. And he's doing exactly what he said. He is flying. He and George is flying up. They have opened a significant gap. The group look like it's been back together, but V12 and George Abraham Jr. is flying up the highway. They are closing the gap on Claude Young. Pedal by pedal, folks. A beautiful day out here today on the George Price Highway. Like I said, I want to big up the people who bring this possible. Project Jumpstart Belize, Adonis Bag Shop Chicago, Bernard Sanchez, AM Belize Freight, As the Wheels Turn Screw, Gilroy, Willie Boy, Lewis. We are on the George Price. We just passed the mile 21 post there at Rockville. We are heading to Belmopan, capital city, where this race will come to a conclusion at the courts compound there in Belmopan. This is a 47 miles or so race here. The Weekend Warriors of the 9th of March race. This race have a lot of excitement. These guys are definitely doing their thing out here. V12 about to catch up to his teammate, and once they get up, this is three serious diesel at the front here. These guys will ride themselves inside out. V12 is out here. He said he was working out in the hills and he feels good, and he will definitely blaze up the tarmac, and he is doing such, man. A beautiful day out here on the George Price Highway. We are approaching mile 22, and this is the Tech de la course. They are just about to hitch on to Claude Young. Two fall riders out front, two good fall riders, along with one Santino's riders, Young Judge Abraham Jr., number 33, out here, almost reaching the mile 22 post. Claude saw his teammate coming, and he have free wheel a bit, waiting to V12 to join, and they are almost back together. Yes, this is the Tech de la course, and their rider there training on the highway, young Peanut Bradley, cheering on. There's Peanut Bradley training. He's cheering on his teammate. Yes, now it's back. Yes, Tech de la course. The two fall riders on the front. Let me see. They are doing some 33 miles an hour, along with George Abraham here, passing the mile 22 mile post. And they're driving V12, looking back. And these guys will definitely, if the crowd doesn't pay attention back there, this will be the race, because V12 is committed, Claude is committed, and Judge Abraham is committed. Here comes the coach of the V12 of the fall team, Douglas Lamb, on his motorcycle, providing information, telling them, giving them coaching tips. A coach is important in race. There is Douglas Lamb coaching his rider. Judge is helping. He realized the worst he can do is third place there. The coach service gave B12, I guess, a gel or something. So let me see if the gap have opened up. I'm looking in the rear to see the riders. 3 riders up front, 3 diesel power riders, 3. They are working in together. These guys are pushing the pace. We are doing some 25 miles an hour out here on the George Price Highway. The tarmac is blazing up, folks. The tarmac is blazing up. So we'll slow down a bit. We know that 3 riders up the front. Let me see if we get a time check. Maybe the fans can help. The fans can help and see. I don't have a stopwatch, but we are waiting to see who is coming. But these 3 riders are committed. They are up there in the distance. And I'll turn my camera and see how far the grouper, we are waiting for the grouper to come. And the 3 riders are passing the mile 23 post out here on the George Price Highway. This beautiful event, the Weekend Warriors edition of the Belmopan Classic, from Belize City to the beautiful capital, Belmopan. I can hear the horn of the motorcycle, the official motorcycle. They are trying to slow down the traffic. And shortly we'll see the riders passing us. Yeah, it's one of the officials from Mr. Gunn. One of the Gunn's officials helping along, waving through the traffic. He's waving through the traffic because there's a ton load of traffic piling up behind the race, and they want to let them pass. The road is not closed. You know, the road is for everyone. But today's race, and way in the distance, I can see it. There are 3 lone riders way in the distance. Here comes the main field. Here comes Mr. Anna Will up the of the M&Ms. They have to get serious there. They missed out. All the rest of the team missed out. The only two team there is Santinos and Falso. Everybody have to be committed. Alana will be a sacrificial lamb today. He will ride his heart out. He's followed closely there by Mr. Scott Bell. Like I said, I'm impressed with Mr. Scott Bell. He's riding awesome. There is Preston Martinez. Mr. Bell is there. There's Chief paying keen attention. Look on the expression. Everybody on their game face. Look, when you're riding out here, it's crazy. You have to pay attention. Alana will committed. Alana will committed. He's chasing hard. He's chasing hard, trying to bring back the riders to the front of the race, the Tech Dollar course. Three riders up front, three riders up front. They are way in the distance. They are climbing the mile 24. They climb at mile 24. The three riders are approaching the climb at mile 24. Sharon Rocker, V12, Claude Young, and George Abraham Jr. looking good up front at mile 24 here on the George Price Highway. A pleasant good morning, cycling fans and supporters. I'm so happy I could come out and bring you guys live action of this Weekend Warriors Belmopan Classic. Up front, three riders climbing up the mile 24 incline. It's a nasty little climb. If you're suffering, it can hurt your legs. They are almost at the top. I can see George Abraham Jr. on the front. He will definitely help the two fall riders because the worst he can come is third place, and he is a decent enough sprinter, so maybe he could get second if these guys are not caught. But like I said, Alana Will of the M&Ms is committed. He's on the front driving the pace. He's been followed just now by Mr. Scott Bell, and they're approaching us shortly. So we are on the climb. We are on the climb, folks, here at mile 24. And on the front is Preston Martinez. And behind is the Chief. Surprisingly, Chief Castillo is right on the wheel of Preston Martinez. So Rocky have sent out his boys to close the gap. There's Mr. Scott Bell there. There is the Pest, Pest. There is Smokes Gladden, Belizier, Balan Sims, Mr. Erickson, Roque Matos. There is he's smiling. There is Henry Moreira smiling. Servicing has been happening. Dwight Lopez, the only Seatong rider, right up in the arrowhead. Mr. Newman, Mr. Willie Chang, Juan Gonzalez of the Santinos, Raja Troya, Chris Andrews, Big Mr. Will. There is the floater, Mike Lewis passing us by. Ryan Willoughby, Tri-Gap Jr. taking a bath. Hussein Choto, Gravel Young, Alvan Gillett, Rydell Renault, Derek Smith, John Oliveira, 21 Gold Teeth, Michael Wagner, Kenneth Butler, Manuel Escaliano, Alicia Thompson, Robert Cunningham, Kenny Gladden, Warren Cowie, Eddie Usher, and I can see Fitzgerald Joseph all the way at the back, Fitzgerald Joseph. That's his style of riding. There is Colin Mehier, Charles Garoy. There's Fitzgerald Joseph. There's Mr. Andre Gabb, Daniel Cano, and Mr. Green. These are the guys in the race. One long line. That tell you the pressure is on. The pressure is on, and they're trying to close the gap on the three riders up front. But it's a gap of about 20 seconds or so. It's a gap about 20 seconds. Look at the long run. Look at the long run. These guys are suffering like crazy. There's Eddie. Yeah, look at the expression on their face. Look at Kenny's face. Like he's grinning his teeth. Robert Cunningham. There's a little separation. Here is Alicia Thompson, Manuel Escaliano, Kenneth Butler, Mike Wagner, John Oliveira, Derek Smith. There's a serious crosswind, and these guys are suffering. These guys have it, they have it in the trench, in the gutter. So what the rider do, you have a crosswind, and if the rider in front decide to go on the front, you can't shelter. You have to fight your way. And they are battling for wheels. Some of the riders are dropping off the road. There's Mr. Tri-Gap Jr. of the Running Rebels. There is Hussein Choto, looking good. Ryan Willoughby, everybody's paying keen attention. Look at how Mr. Newman is bearing down to stay in contact. Yes, Mr. Scott Bell there, big Mr. Will. He's at a disadvantage because he's a tall fellow and he cannot cover good. He's sitting on the wheel of Juan Gonzalez. There is Big Mike Lewis, the floater, sitting on the wheel of Alana Will. Alana Will doing good. There is Kayakat who's right in front of Alana Will. Valan Sims. There's Mr. Will getting his service. Mr. Will getting his service, drinking water. It's a pretty hot day out here today. A pretty hot day out here today, folks. And the gap still remains the same. Two M&M's rider on the front. Two M&M rider on the front. Sitting in third place here behind the M&M rider is Mr. Erickson of Big Blade. He's looking smooth. He's feeling smooth. He's tall. He's perfectly fit for cycling. That's Mr. Belizier. Chief is telling, pull it out. Chief is on the wheel of Belizier. The pressure is on, folks. The pressure is on, and the gap has remained the same. They are pushing it hard. Roque has his rider on the front. Preston Martinez driving it for the past few miles, and the gap have remained the same. The gap have remained the same. They have not made a dent in closing that gap. All the riders are screaming out, please ride out, because there's a serious crosswind. I can feel it on the motorcycle. There's Mr. Erickson. There are the two M&M's rider on the front. Roque Matters have decided he will take it on his own, and he's on the pace and he's driving it. He's doing some 27 miles an hour. Sitting on his wheel is Mr. Erickson. A big shout out to Mr. Erickson, riding pretty good out of Belmopan, capital city Belmopan, Big Blade. That's where the race will conclude, in his backyard. And one long ride of riders, one long ride. Roque have pulled out, asking for help. On the front comes Mr. Erickson, Big Blade, followed closely by Motte, Preston Martinez, Belizier of the Running Rebel cycling team, Roger Troyer, and in third place again is Roque Matters. He's staying close. The gap is closing a slight bit, but not much. It's closing a slight bit. Three riders still out front. The three riders still out. Flag Young, V12, and Judge Abraham Jr. They are up the road. You can look, you can see them up the road. That's at least about 20 seconds or so gap. 20 seconds or so gap, and they are holding it steady. And we are closely, we just passed about halfway point. So if these guys don't get serious, this race could be over. This race could be over. A pleasant good morning, all cycling fans. Thank you all for joining the live here today. The Belmopan version, Weekend Warriors. There is the chief. This man is 66 years old and out here battling at these furious speed. We're doing some 27 miles an hour, and chief is right there. Big kudos, chief. Cycling is such a beautiful sport. It's a hard sport, but it keeps you fit, lean. You're a war machine. There's Dwight Lopez of the Seaton, the only Seaton rider out here. There is Henry Moreira, the only Seaton rider. Who I haven't seen Erson Butler, the CFP president. He started the race this morning. I'm not sure if he's all the way at the back, but I have to go through the feed again and see, if I missed him. And so Roque pull off the pace on the front is Royal Tour. He pull off. Alana Will have decided to take up the chase. They have all to lose. They have the biggest, the strongest team out here today, and they have to push it hard to close the gap. The gap is closing a bit. The gap is closing a bit. Alana Will is committed. They are pushing it from 28 miles an hour. We're approaching mile 27. A pleasant good morning, everyone, again. We're out here on the George Price Highway as the tarmac is being heated up by the right. Come on. 35 seconds is the gap. Banks told me 35 seconds is the gap between the three leaders, Claude Young, V12, Sherwin Roca, and Judge Abraham Jr. They are all out front, cranking up some serious pacing. In today's event, the Weekend Warriors version of the Belmopan Classic, folks. The tarmac is on fire. the race have not blown the speed limit, but the three riders have blown the rest of them out of the ballpark. We'll go up to them. There is Douglas Lamb coaching them along. They are getting their service. We are approaching the top three riders here. And V12 is on the pace, and he is cranking up. V12 on the pace, turning up the heat. Sitting on his wheel is George Abraham Jr. And there we have Claude Young. This guy is out front from early this morning, and he is doing a human's work. He's out front from early morning. Claude Young, George Abraham Jr., and V12 on the pace. These guys are riding some ferocious speed out here on the tarmac on the George Price Highway, folks. Thank you all for joining live. You can see it on YouTube. We are here, the Tech de la Course, the front of the race. Two fall riders up front. They are doing their thing. Good morning, Mr. Anthony Catus. Good morning, Mr. Anthony Catus. My boys are in the studio. You can see the sponsors on the TV screen. We want to take this thing to a whole new level, so we are trying to improve the live streaming. We want to big up our sponsors. Like I said, they make it possible. They pay for the data, for the gas, for the driver, and we want to big up our sponsors. Project Jumpstart Belize, Mr. Bernard Sanchez, AM Belize Freight, Erdonis Bike Shop Chicago, As the Wheel Turns Crew in Belize, and Erdonis Bike Shop in Belize. Yes, we want to big up Mr. Gilroy Wheelie Boy Lewis. We are on his machine, bringing you guys live excitement out here on the highway. Claude seems to be in pain, pressure. There's a small gap, open up his right hands and pace, and he's driving up this incline at mile 29. And there's definitely Claude is paying the price. V12 is turning up, and he didn't realize it, but he have shed his rider. Only two rider. He's looking back. He haven't realized that he have shed his rider. He's looking back. V12 have shed his rider. He's looking back. He realized, oh, he's out of his saddle. And this is a nasty little incline by mile 25. This is a nasty little incline at mile 29, approaching the zoo. And they have shed Claude. Yes, this is a 2-liter, yeah. V12 on the front, number 10, and he's driving it like crazy. He have shed Claude. Claude, look up, he have done his job for the Claude done. Okay, Claude have paid the price. That's what I told you about the domestic. Big up to Claude Young. V12 is asking his coach, continue or wait on his rider. And Douglas Lamb is telling him, Claude have done his work. Like I said, folks, this is what domestic does. He worked for his leader. He have worked for his leader, and his day is done. He have done his job, and now his top rider is out front, and he's driving it. And this is how cycling works, folks. It's a team sport. And we want to give big kudos to Claude Young. You have done a human's job, young man. You have opened the doors for your leader, and now your leader is up front. Two riders up front, George Abraham Jr. and the V12 out here, mashing up the tarmac, blazing up some trail out here, turning the highway into smoke. I can see smoke from the tire. Look at these guys. They have blown the race to smithereens, folks. We are passing the Belize Zoo, heading to mile 31, La Democracia. And on the front here is V12, Mr. V12 and young George Abraham Jr. of Santinos. Two riders out front. They are blazing up the trail. Look at the speed. Yes, a big up to Claude Young indeed. He did his job. He have put his leader in the front of the race. And we have to give him big props for that. We are doing a little rundown here, and then we'll do an exam here at mile 30 on the George Price Highway. V12 lighting up. Like I said, this guy is a monster. This guy is a diesel. He's out of his saddle. He's climbing. This time there's a bump. Pay attention to this bump. There's a bump. We're going over a bump to slow the traffic. There's some construction going out here. There's some construction going out here on the highway. This is the entrance to the coastal road, the entrance to the coastal road. There's some construction, and out front, two lone riders. George Abraham Jr. of the Santino's team, and V12 of Fal, V12 rider early this morning, Claude Young, blazed up the trail for his teammate when he came across. He gave it his all and put his man in the front of the race. This is the Tech Dollar course, the front of the race. George Abraham Jr. and V12 blazing a trail, doing some 25 miles an hour here, 26 miles an hour, approaching the mile 30 post. And we are only some 17 miles or so from the finishing of this race. So these guys at the back need to, we're passing Ray Cut on the other side doing some training. Yeah, these guys need to push it hard. The guys behind will have to get serious if they want to contest for this victory today, because Mr. V12, Shorin Roca, and young Judge Abraham is committed. Look at the expression. He's out of his saddle. V12 is out of his saddle, cranking up that large gear, doing some 25 miles an hour here on the George Price Highway, folks. The race is on fire. Fireworks out here. So we'll slow down a bit and see where who is chasing. If the gap have closed, the last time we checked it, it was some 35 seconds. It was 3 riders. Now it's 2 riders out front. 2 riders out front. Shorin Roca, V12, and George Abraham Jr. of the Santino's team, and they have just passed the mile 30 post, and we are awaiting. And there's a serious look like the gap have been opened up. The gap have definitely opened up on the main field. Definitely, the gap have been opened up. The 2 riders are all the way out front. Thank you again, fans. Like I said, we just want to bring you guys live action into your living room. I want to thank Mr. Bernard Sanchez. He sent me a nice gift. Now I can watch all my cycling races, professional, non-local, on my big TV. Thanks, Bernard. Really appreciate. Thanks, Jumpstart Belize, for this phone that we are doing it live. Thank you. Works pretty good. Hold the charge pretty good. So we can do the whole race on a single charge of the phone. We don't have to even put in a power bank, but I brought my power bank just in case. But this phone is working beautiful. Miss J, thank you again. Really appreciate it. So we are waiting. Those guys have blown this race to smithereens. We are waiting the main field. We are waiting the main field, and here comes three riders. Henry Morera, Valance Sims, and Claude Young is on the wheel. Yes, Morera is driving it. He's followed by Valance Sims of Culture, and Morera, as he sees the danger that these 2 guys will walk away, and he is not having any of that. Morera is committed. He's on the front. Claude is right there. He's still here. Claude is still here. If the race finished now, he still could. The worst he could get is 5th place, and Claude is still here. A big kudos to this guy, man. He is a monster. Claude is a warrior. Big up to Claude Young. He's still sitting on the wheel of Valance Sims. He's sitting on the wheel of Valance Sims, and in his handlebar, ride for the culture. The 2 riders up front, as Santino, I can see them going around the curve. That's definitely some 40 seconds or so. Yep. And Claude will just come and ride around. He won't chase. Henry will have to take over the pace. Like I said, Claude, from earliest man, he was out of the saddle. He was out front doing a human's job. Come on, Valan will have to try to pick up the pace because Claude have free wheel a bit, and a small gap have opened up, and out of the saddle is Valan, and right on his wheel, Claude Young jump on his wheel. We are looking for the main field. We're looking for the main field of riders way in the distance. And this race, they will have to get serious because this race is coming down the miles. We are at mile 31. And so if the race is about 47 miles, it's only about 17 miles left in this event. Only about 17 miles left in this event. And they have to get serious if they want to have a chance to sprint for the finishing. But definitely 2 riders out front, V12 and George Abraham Jr., some 40 seconds ahead of the second group. 3 riders there. Valan Sims, Henry Moreira, and Claude Young, who was with that lead group earlier. So we are awaiting the main field. We are waiting the main field, and they definitely are over a minute behind. And that gap needs to come down now if you want to have a chance. The gap has to come down now if you want a chance to contest this event. That would be a tough shot for them. Way in the distance here. Here comes the main group. Alan Will again. Alan Will on the front. B12 is making this M&M team work their heart out. Alan Will driving on the front, doing some 25 miles an hour, followed by Rodden Rebels. The Baba Belizier, Kaya Katus, look at the expression, look at the teeth. There is Chief Bernong trying to hold on. These guys have to push hard. They have to push hard. Here's Mr. Belizier. Here's the Baba. He's committed to chasing. Yes, look at the expression. Look at the face of Kaya Katus. She's Bernong and she's driving on her teammate Belizier. A good domestic. He's driving the pace, trying to close the gap. He's trying to close the gap, and we had to get out of the way. We didn't want them to use the cycle as a target. So we leave them a bit and just try to go up to the three riders right here. Claude Young, Henry Moreira, and Valan Sims. So the main field is chasing, and the Running Rebels is on the front along with the Running Rebels is along with the M&Ms trying to close the gap. But like I said, V12 is doing his thing. He's blazing up a trail. It seems that I'm looking, it seems like Moreira is not playing. Moreira is putting down the hammer. Seems like he have bossed up the three riders. And Moreira is definitely turning up the heat out here. And we are waiting the main field. We want to see what these guys, if they will get serious. They have to get serious and try to close this gap. Big Mr. Will on the front. Here comes Alana Will on the front. There is Roger Troya, Belizier, the Chief Castillo, Kaya Katus, Big Mike Lewis, the floater. There is the Chief, the 66-year-old young man out here with these young guys, turning up the heat. There is Big Mike Lewis, the floater, Preston Martinez, Press, the White Lopez, Seaton rider, followed by Smoke Slatton, Juan Gonzalez coming in the view, Roque Matos, Kenneth Butler, Jose Choto, Radel Reno, Erickson Lam, Warren Cowie, Ryan Willoughby, Gravel Young, Fitzgerald, the Palace Joseph, he says he's waiting. Yes, he give us the sign. Look on. So I think he will attack shortly. Chris Andrews and Mr. Efren. And this thing have blown to smithereen. The pack have, the bodies are all over the tarmac, folks. Bodies are all over the tarmac. This field is some 25 riders. So definitely this thing have been blown to smithereens there. This is the third group on the road. The third group on the road, that's Mr. Efren on the back there. Chris Andrews, Phyllis, Palace, Fitzgerald, the Rocket, Gravel Young, like I said. Chris is asking for a service from his service crew, and definitely a whole bunch of riders have been shed from this field. It's a serious crosswind. Riders are fighting to stay in contact with the rider in front of them, and once the rider in front have it in the gutter, what you call the gutter, that's when you ride right on the edge of the road, and if you want to shelter, you have to go inside. And so once the rider holds it on the edge of the road, you will be in big trouble. You will have to try and fight to stay on. The road is not open, so they can't do an echelon. There is Mr. Belizier on the front trying to bring it back. He has opened a small gap. There's Big Mr. Big Will trying. He's asking for help. Preston Martinez, Santi the Chief. Yes, Santi the Chief riding excellent out here today. There's Big Mike. He's telling him, waving him on. Big Mike riding good. Kaya Katus is telling her grandmother happy birthday. Happy birthday to Kaya's grandmother. A big happy birthday today. She celebrates her. I'm not sure how old she is, but she got her birthday greetings from her granddaughter, who is doing her thing out here. Kaya Katus, the only female in this group. I think I didn't see Alicia Thompson, so she probably been shed with this ferocious pace. But look who's there. Chief Castillo, Chief Santi Castillo, and they are closing the gap. They are closing the gap inch by inch on the tree. But the two riders are all the way out front. We are here with the main group. This is where the excitement is, and we'll eventually go up in front. We know the two riders are up front, V12 and Judge Abraham Jr. But these guys are the guys that are chasing, trying to make it back. The window is closing on them. The door is closing. We are approaching. We just passed mile. We're approaching mile 24. I'm 34. And so that leaves only about 14 miles left in this event. And if they don't close this gap, I could call it a foregone conclusion. But from my experience, I don't think anyone will catch V12 and Judge Abraham Jr. And I can see the winner coming from those two out front. I don't see them catching them because they are pacing hard in this win and they have not closed the gap. You can see them way, way, way in the distance. So definitely it will take a human's job to catch up to these two lead riders. Just in front of these guys are three riders: Henry Moreira, Valance Sims, and Claude Young just out front. Mbote on the pace, he's driving it, he's giving his all for his M&M teams. He's giving his all. We want to see what Fitzgerald Joseph will do because he just gave us the sign. Just wait, he said, just wait. So let us see if he will charge out of this group and try to bridge over. Let us see. The race is only about 14 more miles to its conclusion. There is big Mr. Will coming on the pace now. I'm glad that I am on a motorcycle and not riding out here. This race is ferocious. I see Chief taking a bath. He's throwing a full bottle of water. That could tell you the heat, your body. Look at Mr. Will bathing, trying to keep the body cool so that you don't overheat. Like I said, if you're not a cyclist, if you're a cyclist, you know what we are talking about. But out here, you will suffer. You will say, wow, we just passed a mile 34 post. You will suffer out here and you wonder, why am I out here? Why am I doing this to my body? But for the love of the sport, you will continue. They have free wheel a bit and the gap is open up. Let me see, they have free wheel, they are talking. And Dwight Lopez of Seatong have decided that he can't take any chance. Dwight Lopez said he can't take any chance. He will have to help with the pace. And Dwight Lopez on the pace, followed by Pes, followed by big Mr. Will. A lot of suffering happening out here, a lot of suffering. There's Kayaka Toos. He's telling Mr. Will to pace out. They're right in the gutter. Yes, right in the gutter. There's Chief closing the gap. That's a big kudos to Chief closing the gap. There's Kayaka Toos in fourth position. This is the third group on the road. On the pace is Dwight Lopez, the Seatong boys. He's asking, he said, come on, man. Yes, he's asking for help. He's asking, come on. And everybody's screaming. He's shaking his head. Like I said, nobody wants to be committed. And who is coming out? Kayaka Toos. Kayaka Toos is coming out. The female have come out. She is driving the front, man. Big kudos to Kayaka Toos. She's out here doing her thing, folks. Man, she's closing the gap on these three guys. Kayaka Toos taking on his one. And her teammate, I have to give big kudos to this guy, Sidney Belazier, the barber. He's right here to help his leader. He's helped his team, the running rebels, doing their thing. Baba on the point of the seat, driving it down this little run down here at mile 35. Alana will have come across a small gap, have opened up. Alana will experience this guy. Have been riding for a while, and they are committed to try to bring back the gap. And we can see the three riders just in front, just about to pass the mile 35 post. Three riders: Claude Young, Henry Moreira, and Valance Simpson. Way up in the distance, I can see the two lead riders, Judge Abraham Jr. and V12. Committed again, like I said. Belazier pushing it hard. Kaya out of his saddle. Look at the grimace on her face. And she is sitting right there, and her teammate, he is committed. He's chasing, trying to bridge the gap. They are closing the gap inch by inch. We are passing the mile 35 post, and the gap is closing. Belazier is closing the gap to the three riders out front. He's pushing it hard. Kaya is right there. So look at Kaya, because look at the expression. Baba is pushing it hard. Big up to Baba. Big up to Mr. Belazier from Team Running Rebels. Look at the expression of Kaya. This tell you, cycling is a tough sport. It's not for the faint of heart. You have to be serious. Look at Alana Will. His mouth is open up, but he is sitting right by the wheel. There is Alana Will say Baba is strong. Dwight Lopez have come across. Dwight Lopez, the only Seatong rider, have come across. to these four, Dwight Lopez on the front shot a while ago, Roger Troyer coming across, and there is the main field. It's starting to blow to smithereens, folks. It's starting to separate. Baba have paid the price. Yes, he did all he could for Kaya, and he have paid the price, and that's what good domestic. Alan Will is on the pace. He have closed the gap. Alan will have he have number one. He have closed the gap to the three riders. They have caught up to to um to Falan, Claude Young, and Henry Moreira, and straight on the front will go. Let us go. We probably the traffic is blowing, the traffic is blowing, the traffic, we can see way in the distance, the two lead riders. I don't believe anyone will catch up to them. These two guys will walk away with today's first and second position. We will see who will it be, if it will be George Abraham Jr. or V12 that will take the victory, but I don't see anyone catching up to these two guys. They are pushing it like crazy. They have opened the gap to over a minute and change. That's where the riders are. So we'll head up to the Tech Dollar course, the front of the race, folks. I want to say a big thank you for all the fans joining right today. We are heading up to the front of the race, the Tech Dollar course, where the two riders are, the two leaders, C12 of the Fall and George Abraham Jr. of Team Santinos. They have blown the race to smithereens, folks, and I hope you are having fun. We will continue to improve on our live streaming, and we want to bring cycling um, as wonderful, as beautiful as we can to our fans. And we have to say a big thank you to the people behind the scene, the people that make it possible, the people who take their dollars, the people who put their money where their mouths are and don't make silly comments. These are the people I like to pick up. I like to pick up Project Jumpstart Belize, Bernard Sanchez, Donis Bike Shop Chicago, DM Sure, Belize Freight, Donis Bike Shop Belize, as the wheel turns screw, Gilroy, Willie Boy, Rob, Lewis. We are here with the leaders. We are here with the two leaders. They are spraying themselves with water. It's very hot. They are cooling down their engines. Look at V12 spraying himself with water. Yes, folks, like I said, we want to big up our sponsors. They are the one that made it possible. They take their dollars and put out there. So you fans who are at home could stay and enjoy such a wonderful event. So big up to our sponsors. Want to big up my wife for letting me come out and bringing this to you to live to you guys. You know, we spend countless hours trying to keep this thing beautiful, keep it exciting. Like definitely, these guys, the sponsor, a big group are helping us. New York, Mr. Martin out of Abraham turning up. There's a good morning, everybody. Mr. Jackson Wilson, they will make the race believe Bernard Sanchez, Aim Belize, the Ruben and the whole crew have a big, beautiful prize for all the riders, and we definitely set a date and keep this thing alive, and we will try to bring this live stream better and better all the time here on the front. Judge Abraham and V12. Judge Abraham just now was telling V12. V12 is a monster. He's been burning up the tarmac, enjoying this beautiful V12 in a decent. Yep, two riders up front. V12 driving smooth. Don't they? It's been blown to smithereens at the wide. Belmopan, Mr. V12, the diesel power. So I see like Douglas is telling him, you got to shed this guy. So look out for V12 attacking Judge Abraham. I don't think he want to trust him in a sprint. So V12 definitely will throw down the hammer. He will drop a bomb. Judge Douglas is giving servicing. Yeah, Judge Abraham is asking for me to talk to his rider. Oh my God, it's a beautiful event today. So he giving me that nod and giving me that say that V12 will definitely give him a hard touch coming up to the finishing. We are approaching mile 39 here on the George Price Highway, folks. It's a beautiful event here on the tarmac. We have some beautiful race coming up in the future. We are passing some guys, who are on the trail. Yeah, they are. Wave, wave, guys, you and I. Those are some tourists riding across our country, enjoying the beautiful country of Belize. Like I said, we are here with the two leaders of the Smith Incline. Judge Abraham, he doesn't trust V12. He realized that V12 look pretty smooth. Look at him. Look at the high cadence. He's looking smooth. He's looking fit. I think his seat is a bit low. He probably have to raise it up a bit. He'll get more power. Or I'll talk to him. But he's looking good. He's riding his heart out. Huh? Okay. So we slow down a bit and wait for the field of riders. Number 33 and number 10, Judge. Number 10 is Sherwin Roca, the V12, and number 33, Judge Abraham Jr. Both these guys will take part in the big cross country coming up in just under a month. It's a scorcher out here, folks. The heat, I can feel it. It's like I'm in a frying pat. I can feel the heat. I'm on this motorcycle. I have on all my gears, but I can feel the heat. And so we give kudos to these cyclists out here performing for you, tearing their hearts out there. They are suffering. Their bodies are telling them, please, to quit, but they are not. We are waiting. These guys have opened. It's done about 10 plus seconds past. We are waiting on the main field. We are going pretty slow, less than 5 miles an hour, just traveling along, waiting for the main field. Like I said, I don't think anyone will catch up to these guys. These two guys will sail away to the finish. They will pass the finishing line. I'm not sure, but I believe that Mr. V12 will attack Judge Abraham just before the finishing line. I don't think he want to take any chance. So that's my take on it. Yes, the highway is on flame. Yeah, here's the guys. Yeah. Couple days off. Where are you guys from? We are live streaming on YouTube. Where are you guys from? From Germany. They're from Argentina to Mexico City. Okay. So they are enjoying the beautiful country of Belize. You on YouTube? The Talamangs. So check it out. Yes, sir. So you have fun in the country of Belize. Okay. Yes, these guys are enjoying. He said he's been riding from Argentina, came to Mexico. Couple of days off. He said, I guess himself and his wife, or I don't know who the female is. But we are here on the tarmac. Here comes the main field. On the front, Fitzgerald Joseph have decided to chase up the chase. Fitzgerald Joseph on the front. Fitzgerald Joseph on the front. Followed by Mr. Valazier, followed by Smokes Gladden, followed by Claude Young, Alan Will. Let me get some names. Juan Gonzalez, Gravel Young looking good, Rydell Willow looking good. Here is Fitzgerald. The Rocket, he's on the front and he's blazing up the trail. Look at the long line. He's turning up. Fitzgerald, Palace Joseph is turning up. We are approaching mile 20 to 41, mile 41 here on the George Price Highway. Fitzgerald Joseph committed for his team, for the M&M team. He's closing the gap. He's putting on the pressure up this little incline. Look at Baba gripping his team. Look at Smokes Gladden. Look at Alan Will. Two guys that were on the front, showing these young guys. Fitzgerald, 55 years old, pushing it hard on the point of his seat, on his beautiful S-Rock machine. Tubeless tire. Look at Belizier, he shake his head, he free wheel, and Smokes Gladden is closing to the wheel of Fitzgerald Joseph. There is Anna Will, who was on the show. There is Claude Young, the pest. Look at the expression in face. Everybody is suffering. Look at Juan Gonzalez. It's starting to come into pieces, and Pest have decided, I'm not sure he's attacked. There's not a prize there. The prize is gone. We are passing mile 40. Sorry, not 41, 40. Fitzgerald Joseph still turning it over. Still turning it over. He's opening a gap. Smokes a free wheel. Look at this. The boss up. Fitzgerald Joseph committed. Look at the expression. And he's tearing these guys to shred. He's shredding these guys to pieces. I can see the two riders up front. There is about a minute and change gap. Look in the front. You can see the riders in the front. The two riders, George, Abraham, you can see the flashing light of the service vehicle. The highway is on fire. Dwight Lopez, Claude Young still looking good. He's closing the gap to Palace and Pest. Claude Young, man, I have to give kudos to this kid. He have done a human job, and he's still here for his team. A separation, four riders, Fitzgerald Joseph. It's all Fitzgerald Joseph on the front. All Fitzgerald Joseph on the front. He have opened a gap there. It's a gap of about 6 or 7 seconds. Dwight Lopez, have his Ushujan in his hand. Out here is crazy, folks. I'm glad I'm not riding a bike. I'm on a motorbike that, we just press the gas and it takes us. Fitzgerald Joseph up this little incline, and these riders are suffering. The gap is open up. The gap is open up. Who is on the front? I think Fitzgerald is on the front. Let me see. In the front, he is driving like crazy. Fitzgerald Joseph is turning up some mad speed. He's doing some 25 miles an hour all alone. He's asking for no help. He have shed a Claude have been dropped from the 4. That's Fitzgerald Joseph, followed by the Pest, followed by Dwight Lopez. Here is Henry Morea looking to go across along with Mote. The race have blown to smithereens, folks. They definitely have blown to smithereens. Bodies all over the tarmac. We are approaching St. Matthew's Village, and look at Henry Morea biting his handlebar, and he's driving. He's going all the way across. He have shed. Mote is fighting to stay on his wheel, and Henry Morea looking smooth, looking good. Team Valvoline. He's the only Team Valvoline in this the group. Well, he's the only weekend to smithereen, folks. Bodies all over the tarmac. Here is the group behind. I don't think they will ever catch the two rider up front. But Palace is driving it like crazy. Let me get a slight glimpse of this field, then we'll go up front. Let me see who is here, and then we'll definitely go up front. Mr. Erickson on the front. These guys are freeling. They will not make it up. Here is Ryan Willoughby. Shrine. Here's Ryan Willoughby. Here's Mr. Erickson, Kaya Catus, Juan Gonzalez, Valan Sims. Scott Bell, big up to Scott Bell out of Corozal. This man is doing a thing out here from the 480 Alliance, Rydell Reno, Hussein Chote, Alana Will, Roger Choya, Roque Matos, Mr. Belizier, Efrain Newman, Warren Cowie, Chief Castillo. I don't think they will make it back. The gap is extending with the second group on the road. Here is Alan. Here is Roque Matos. He was trying. He have done his job. There's Belizier, the barber. He have done his job. They have worked hard. This group is not riding to the pace of the guys up front. That's where they are stretching. They will never catch up. This group won't make it back. This group definitely won't make it back. The pace they are doing is nothing compared to what Palace is doing. We are heading back where the race is up front. These guys have thrown in the towel. They are just riding along. Let us go back. Like I said with the Palace a little while ago, he was driving the place like crazy. He did just a sign. He said, wait. So let us see what he's doing. Let me see who's been shed. Claude Young and Mote. Claude Young and Mote have been dropped from this field. But like I said, we have to give big kudos to Claude, and he have done so much work. There is Mote. Look at the expression on his face. Look at Claude driving a huge gear up this climb. We are approaching the St. Matthew's village. We just pass around this service vehicle. So the officials here, they are still on the front who Henry Moreira have made it back. Henry Moreira is back. He's on the front, he's driving, he's followed by Fitzgerald Palace is on the pace now. These two guys are the two guys in this group that is pushing it. Four riders here. Fitzgerald Palace, Joseph, Henry Moreira, who came across by himself. Dwight Lopez and the Pest Thomas are here. Four riders. Look at the concentration on Henry's face. He is committed. He's followed. Look at Fitzgerald Joseph. Look at the Pest. They are driving it. They are driving it. Dwight Lopez there, the only Seaton rider, the only Seaton rider. He just came in. I didn't see his name on the roster. He came in late and signed up. So big up to Dwight Lopez. He probably reaching. We had another guy that's supposed to be ride today. His name was Philip Lopez out of Miami, but he had some help and I don't believe he made it in time. There's Fitzgerald Joseph on the pace. Fitzgerald Joseph on the place, trying to push it, but the gap is still a huge gap. And Fitzgerald is committed. He's pushing it hard. He's doing some 40 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. This old guy, 55, pushing it 30 miles an hour. Here, taking over the pace is Glenn Ry Moreira, 501 in his beautiful Y1 kit, pushing it hard. Follow Dwight Lopez. Fitzgerald Joseph jump right on the wheel of Dwight Lopez. Yes, Pest. Motte and Clad have made it back to them. So it's 5 riders. Henry Moreira, Dwight Lopez, Fitzgerald Joseph, Pest Thomas, Motte, and Clad Young. Preston Martinez Motte, known as Motte, aka Motte. Dwight Lopez on the PS now. Dwight Lopez on the PS. We can see the guys in the distance. The gap have closed though. The gap have closed. But I don't know if they will have enough time to bring these guys back. I don't know if they have enough time to bring these guys back. But they have definitely closed the gap, folks. So it could still be interesting. It still could be interesting. If they don't take, they have to. It's now or never. Now or never. They will all have to help. Yeah. The big argument between Pest and Pest and Motte. They are fighting to stay on. These guys have to get serious. Clad won't help them because his teammate is up there. But Palace is on the pace again. Palace is committed. He's driving the pace. He's closing the gap. Pedal by pedal, we are passing mile 43 under George Pfizer. Huh? Yes, yeah. Yes. Here is Fitzgerald Joseph on the front. They are committed. I could see the guys. It's just over a minute. And look at Henry Moreira. They are committed. They are chasing. They have to do it now or never. Now or never. Dwight Lopez, they're shaking their head on the front. Henry Moreira, and they are not working hard enough. They are not working hard enough. It have blown to smithereens. This group is blown to smithereens. We are going up this little incline, just past mile 43. Definitely, Palace had done a crazy work, and he's tried to bring it back, but he need help. And there's a separation. There is Henry Moreira and Clad Young. Like I said, Clad Young and a huge gear. There is Motte trying to come across. A serious gap have been opened up. Pest is out of his saddle trying to come across. Fitzgerald Joseph again. 2 pedal strokes and he's back with them. Fitzgerald Joseph showing that his machine is when they have shed Dwight Lopez. Dwight Lopez is off the back. They have shed Dwight Lopez off this incline at mile 43, where we are not too far from the finish of this event. We'll move up shortly because definitely we want to catch the finish. The 2 leaders, but this is where the fireworks is. These guys have to push it hard. They are doing some 22 miles an hour this little climb. Fitzgerald Joseph, one in his pocket, sucking a gel down, trying to get that little quick energy. Henry Moreira on the front, trying to close the gap. Clad Long sitting there. Clad, as I said, I would give him the MVP of the day. He's doing an awesome job up here, Pest. So the race have blown to smithereens, folks. I want to thank our sponsors who made this live stream possible. Who are the people who put their money where their mouth are? Project Jumpstart Belize, Erdonis Bike Shop Chicago, Mr. Bernard Sanchez, AIM Belize Freight. The crew as the wheel turns, Erdonis Bike Shop Belize, Gilroy Wheelie Boy, Lewis. I want to thank my driver, Mr. Banks, who is keeping me safe out here on the highway. There's Mr. Fitzgerald Joseph. I want to thank all the fans who joined the live today. It's a beautiful day. A lot of races coming up in the near future. I'm not sure if I'll be live in stream. I don't sure if I will have the opportunity, but it's all up to the CFB. If they want me, if they don't want me, I have races that I will be able to do. My people got my back. They will push me all the way because the fans love the excitement. They love the fireworks and the tarmac. They love how I bring the live stream. Thank you, folks. Thank you for all your support. But we won't give up. We'll keep pushing on. We are passing. We are passing. Where is this place? Circle Rice here. This is a long run down. There's no way. This race is over, folks. They will never catch up to the two leaders. Palace is on the pace. He's pushing it hard, but there's no way they will catch up to the two leaders. We'll have to leave and go with them because we only about 5 or so miles from the conclusion of this exciting event. The Weekend Warriors version of the Belmopan Classic out here on the George Price Highway. A beautiful event out here, folks. I know the whole Saturday will have a lot of wow. We are heading up shortly. Yes, Fitzgerald Joseph on the front. He's trying his thing. He's trying and push it. He's trying to push it. They're doing some 35 plus miles on this run down. A little wrong. They're doing 35 miles up. Fitzgerald Joseph on the front. He's followed by Claude Young. And on the front is Henry Moreira. He's doing some, he's pushing it hard. He's raised it to about 37 miles an hour. A small gap up, open up. Fitzgerald Joseph is telling Moreira, go through. Fitzgerald Joseph will pull off. You pull off, and Motte will have to close the gap. He's followed by Claude Young. And out of the saddle is Pest. And they are pushing it hard. They are going some 37 miles an hour. We can see the guys in the distance. We can see the lead group in this distance. The two, the Tech de la Course, the front of the race. V12 will move up to them. We'll leave them behind. We're going to the front of the race where the action is. The Tech de la Course. Yes, out here on the George Price Highway. A beautiful event today. The Weekend Warriors version of the Belmopan Classic. And we are heading up to Tech de la Course, the front of the race. Out here on the George Price Highway. I want to thank you fans for joining us. It's a beautiful event out here. We want to big up our sponsors, like I said, the people who made it possible. Project of Start, Please, Adonis Bike Shop Chicago, Bernard Sanchez, Emily's Fred, Adonis Bike Shop, Please, as the wheel turns through, Gilroy, Wheelie Boy, Lewis, and yes, like I said, V12 have blown, he have blown it to smithereens. He have dropped George Abraham Jr. Like I said, he won't take it. George Abraham Jr. have been blown to smithereens. He have been dropped by V12, and he have to get serious because these guys are coming. George Abraham, look at the expression. He have done a lot of work. He is definitely suffering, and V12 is all alone up the road. The V12 is all alone up the road. George Abraham have been shed. He was complaining. We'll head up to the big diesel, the V12, like I said. He was in the bike shop yesterday. He said, Mr. Owens, I'm going to blaze up the tarmac, and he's doing exactly what he said. He is blazing up the tarmac. He's all alone, all the way out front. We are just some 4 or so miles from the finishing place. Look at V12 pushing it hard. He's blazing up the tarmac. Look at him cranking up like he have just started the race. The V12, Mr. Sharon Roca, blazing up number 10. Mr. Sharon Roca. We are here with the V12. This guy is a monster. This guy is a madman. This guy is showing how the race should ride. Look, he have improved on his cadence. Look at him. He's cranking up this little incline like it's not an incline. A big kudos to this man, V12. And he have a lot to thank to his domestic Claude Young, who turned up the heat early, keeping these guys at bay. We are approaching the checkpoint at the junction of the George Price Boulevard here in the capital city. So we're just a few miles from the finish, folks. Look at this man turning up the heat. Looking at he turn up the tarmac. Look at the flames coming from his tire. Look at the wheels. They have red flames on them. Look at his beautiful jersey, the fall jersey. Mr. Alvin Card, you must be proud. Your boy is doing his thing. He was at the shop yesterday and he said, Mr. Donis, I will light up the tarmac. There is John Burns on the side. He have thrown in the towel and decided to turn spectator today. V12 of the fall. He is the Tech de la Course, the leader on the road. Yes, the flame is on. This guy is a monster. He's doing some 27 miles an hour all alone, heading into the capital city, Belmopan, where the race will have its conclusion at the court's compound. So we're just a few miles from, so we can't go back. We'll stay here with this guy. We'll stay here with B12. He's out of his saddle. He's riding like he's still in a group. Here are the cheers from the fun and fitness crew. V12 out of his saddle like he's fresh. This guy's looking good. He'll be taking part in the whole Saturday cross country. He has a teammate, Mr. Marlon Castillo, who will be coming up shortly. V12 on the front, V12 driving it. This guy will solo into the finish, folks. He have dropped Judge Abraham Jr. I hope that Judge can hold on to his position because those guys who are coming behind, Henry Moreira, Fitzgerald Joseph, Claude Young, Pest and Sherman Thomas Pest and Motte, Preston Martinez of the M&Ms. They were coming behind, but nobody will catch up to this guy. Look at him spinning those. Look at that high RPM that guy is doing, about 100 RPM running on this little climb into Belmopan. We'll approach a roundabout in Belmopan shortly. V12, turning it up, looking good, looking smooth. Yes, this guy can go a long way. He just needs to hone in on some little more, and he will definitely be a serious entertainer for cycling in Belize. He definitely will be one of the contenders. We are waiting for the return for the big guys from Guatemala, the fantastic guys, the Valvoline 501, for the big cross country coming up. Like I said, a lot of races will be going on. Every week there'll be races. But I know I'll cover this one today, keep it exciting. I'm not sure if I'll get the privilege to do the other. It all depends on the guys that are in control. I'm not in control. I'm in control of this. And we will continue to push. As like I said, the sponsor that I mentioned will definitely have my back. They will sponsor a big race and invite all riders and keep the tarmac on fire, keep the fans impressed, keep the fans, excited, entertain those fans that live in the extra cold country. They can, the lone excitement of the race will heat up the snow outside their house and melt it here, going around the roundabout. V12 around the roundabout. We're just about 2 miles from the finish. So we'll stay here with the front of the race to take the course. He's actually catching up to some C riders. V12 is catching up to some C riders who start some 15 minutes ahead of the A and B race. Like I said, this race was a combined race of A and B. He's passing some C riders here out here shortly. Look at the cadence, look at this guy. Look at him pedaling over that high cadence on his bike. He's passing 2 riders like they pull their brakes. V12 in front of the agricultural showgrounds. We are heading into the finish, folks. A beautiful day today. I want to thank you all for joining the live today. Today was a beautiful day, and I am happy that I could bring you this fireworks out here on the tarmac. Like I said, Pala said, this is not the kiddies race. This is not the kiddies weekend warriors. These are the big guns coming out, and they came out today with a ball of fury, and they burn up the tarmac. They blow on the whole race to smithereens, fireworks on the tarmac, and they keep it alive. And we want to thank each and every cyclist who lined up this morning. We like to give thanks for the safety of all our riders. And, the race, even though we don't have a police escort, is riding pretty smooth. The fans, are supporting the riders. Yes, we are approaching the front of I'm not sure the stadium name, this football stadium here in the capital city. Was it the Football Federation of Belize? Isidoro, I think what it's Isidoro Filo, I'm not sure. But anyway, we are just passing in front of the field here in Belmopan. V12 all alone will solo in. He will solo in today in this beautiful race here today. The Weekend Warriors Belmopan Classic. It's an annual classic. Weekend Warriors have a nice thing going. A lot of riders are involved. V12 all alone crossing this bump. We are going around the roundabout. I think this part of the road is part of the Hummingbird Highway, and we are just about a mile from the finish. We are just about a mile from the finish, and V12 will solo in. V12 will solo in today. He have destroyed the whole field, but we must give thanks to his domestic Claude Young, who did an awesome job. The other rider is Edison Usher. He took part. He was shed off the back. I didn't see him in that group at the back. So the race was on fire today. The tarmac have been blazed up. We are just about a mile from the finish, and we are here with the hero of the day. The V12 is back. He's back, and he's blazing up a trail out here on the George Price Highway. I think this part is we are on the Hummingbird Highway now. So just come after the George Price when we did the turnabout, the roundabout. They are heading towards Rolling Quick. So we are on the Hummingbird, and then we'll make a left turn around the roundabout and onto the finishing line in front of course. Look at this man looking smooth, driving his fun dress bike, a beautiful machine. He was at the shop yesterday and he said, I will blaze up the tarmac, and he's doing such. He's blazing up the tarmac for you fans, keeping you entertained, exciting, and I'm glad I could be here to narrate this race from start to finish. Just over 2 hours of racing. He's climbing up here at 20 miles an hour. This is an incline. We can see the monument in the distance. We can see the sign that says Dan Grieger, Belmopan. And here is Mr. V12, just half mile or so from the finish. He will come in solo, and I hope that Pro George Abraham Jr. hold on to his second place. You know, V12 was definitely the stronger rider today. He's turning up the heat, and we're just about to go around the roundabout and to the exciting conclusion of this event. He will solo in. He's out of his saddle, still looking nice and fit, no sign of suffering. So this guy is fit. He said he was training in the hills. Hope this we can see him here. And we are just moments away. We can see the finishing line. We can see the fans in the distance. Mr. V12 will be victorious today. He will win the event. Here is Mr. V12. The fans are cheering him on. He will be victorious. We can see the finishing line. Here, Mr. V12. Look at the smile on his face. He's took his hand off his handlebar, and he is raising his handlebar, his hands. Yes, easy style, Mr. V12. Mr. V12, the winner of today's event. We are here at the finishing line. He have passed the line at the conclusion of this beautiful event, folks. I'll try to get off the motorcycle and see who is in for second place. Like I said, George Abraham was just smithereens. Yes, his brother, he said, they have get blown to smithereens. We are here at the finishing line, awaiting the finish of the second place. Let me see. I can see. It seems like George Abraham Jr. is coming. George Abraham Jr. is coming. And shortly behind him, I can see riders coming. So coming into the finishing line. Let me see who is coming. Let me see who that is. Make me see if they have cut. Yes, it is George Abraham Jr. He will survive just in front of the field George Abraham Jr. rolling across the line. Second place today. And coming in third, Fitzgerald Palace Joseph, third solo in. He have blown everybody else to smithereens. Here comes Claude Young and Henry Moreira. Henry Moreira in fourth position. Henry Moreira, Valvoline, and the MVP of the day, Claude Young, and coming up best. I mean, what this race have definitely been blown to smithereens, guys. Bodies all over the tarmac, cyclists all over the tarmac, and they continue to roll in. Here comes the service vehicle. Here comes Preston Martinez Motte. Here comes Motte. So everybody came in 1-1-1-1. That shows you that the race was hard, the race was tough. It have been blown to smithereens, folks. A beautiful event out here today. I'm glad you guys could join me. More riders coming in there. They're waving through the traffic. More riders will come shortly. We are here in front of the courts compound in the beautiful capital of Belmopan for this exciting conclusion of this event. The Weekend Warriors Belmopan Classic and annual race. Yes, V12, the winner. Banks, do me a favor, plug in the my charger. This phone done, it done. See there? What, a 50%? Miss J, this phone really good. The 50% SSD bank says still left on it. 50%. This is a really good phone, man. Thank you, Miss J. Second group is coming in. Second group is coming. Let me see who is in that group. Let me see. Let me see. Watch it. Good. Watch it. Warren Coward, and Roger Troya, Alana Will, Hussein Choto, Chris Andrews, and more riders coming in. The race have blown to smithereens, folks. There's come Mr. Will, Valan Sims, then Mr. Will. There we could see who's been out there. There is Moke Matos, Well and Willoughby, Mr. Green, Santi the Chief Castillo. Yes, the riders keep pulling. Big Mike Lewis, the floater is in. Here comes Kaya Katus, Smokes Gladden, Dwight Lopez. So riders keep streaming in. Yes, Lauren Young, Claude Young. Yes, he is the MVP of the day. He's the hero of the day. He contributed to the victory of his teammate B12. Claude was out from early morning, committed in early attacks, and he still managed to finish in the top 5, I believe. So a big out to Claude Young. You know, he's the MVP. Here comes Mr. Newman. Here comes Mr. Newman of Digi, finishing in this event. Like I said, this race was a mix, A and B. So I think riders will definitely get their individual prizes in their category. We are awaiting the riders coming in. More riders coming in. Let me see. I want to do a little interview. Two riders coming in. Oh, that's the 2C riders that were passed. Finishing their race. 2C rider. There's Mike Lewis just passing here. Lawrence Craig. And another guy there finishing the series. We are out here in beautiful capital. Banks, unplug this to me and then I'll take off this helmet too. Unplug that. My service, Michael Wagner coming in, make a get the first service of Gatorade. Yes. Thank you, folks. Just take a lead drink of Gatorade. Fresh melon. Thank you, folks. I'm back. I just had my drink of Gatorade. Get refreshed. Continue. Banks, I still want to plug it about. I don't want to. Yes, we're out here today. We're out here. Okay, all right. So even though we have 50%, I still put in the performance on because we want to get some interviews with the riders. We want to get some interview with the riders out here in various categories. Here comes Mr. Willie Chan. Here comes Mr. Willie Chan. Willie Chan. And I think I guys supposed to ride back the tip and then pass, so you shouldn't come back over the tip. Yeah, don't pass the line, guys. Yeah, behind, yeah. If you pass the line, watch it. Here comes Mr. Try Gab, Alicia Thompson, Colin Mejia. Who is this? And then we have Kenny Gladden, Manuel Escaliano. Here's come Charles Garay. Daniel, then Daniel Cano coming in the stands. Folks, the race have been blown to smithereens. The race of destiny been blown to smithereens. Riders coming 1-1-1-1.
Daniel
And just past
26.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I hope you enjoyed today's live streaming of this beautiful event out here. No, pastor in line, go here. God, one thing about it, cyclists can continue to come across the line. You're not supposed to cross the line when you're done finish. Yeah, Mr. Scott Bell. Yeah.
With the video, can't pass the line, don't pass already, blood. Can't pass the line, with the video.
Yeah. So what happened? It caused confusion because the officials are videoing for the race. When they pass, they get confused, and we ask the riders not. Once they have passed the line, they don't want to pass back the line. Yes, man. All good, all good. Yes, man. Yes. You know, come out to bring the. I'm gonna say who's coming. Somebody's coming. Two riders coming. Eddie Osher and Robert Cunningham coming to complete their event today. Cunningham and Robert Cunningham have completed their event. Like I said, this race have been blown to smithereens today. Bombs or serious bomb have dropped in the field. So I'm waiting because I want to do some little interviews. I want to do some little interviews for the fans, for the families of these guys who have come out today in this current. So we're waiting to see if anyone is coming in. So we'll get some interviews shortly. Just waiting to see. Don't want to leave out anyone. Anybody else? Anybody else to come? Anybody else to come? I almost believe that's it. We are looking to see if anyone is coming because I could get some interviews. I can see I'm looking to see if any more riders are coming. I see more riders. I don't see anyone in the distance. Yeah. All right. So I'll try to do a little interview because I don't. Let me see. I'm looking to see if any other rider is coming. Okay. I don't see anyone coming also. I'm here with. Fans, we are here with the second place finisher, George Abraham Jr. George, you rode an exceptional race. I saw that you were in a little bit of bother because you knew that V12 would have attacked you, right? But you were out front from early morning. You did an awesome job staying out front, and V12 had this teammate Claude Young who helped him, and then he eventually attacked you coming into fish. But you did an awesome job, George. What was the team plan?
Well, the team plan was to work for me today to try and win, but I was watching a couple guys, but main one was B12. But once I start just saying, you know what, everyone is watching me as well. So I tried to go, but every time I go, no one wants to work. So I decided to wait, and when me and B12 got a gap, I push it because I know he will work, but not as much until we caught this guy at the front, which was Claude. When we caught Claude, they think I wouldn't work, but I saw you. I didn't want them to attack me from that early. I think because I know if I establish a break with them, it will be better for me.
Right.
And the chance because I didn't want to bring Mr. Palace and those guys to the line because they're a little faster than me. Understand? But all in all, I tried, but Gorka is a very strong young man. Very strong. Yes, I just made a few mistakes, and that's how he got away. But that's how you learn.
Well,
next race I will
congrats, and the team back home. They even put up a name. Big up to the team in the studios who's providing us. Watch out, they put on a name at bottom, and they think around. Watch out. As they return school, they bring this thing to a new level. Take for live stream, other people live stream, this live stream. Badass. Yes.
Bring me up our world. Thanks to my teams and teams as well. As you can see, just came a brand new leave to Africa.
Well, no, I shop attach it what, Thursday? All right, yes. Big up. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna try to see if we can catch up with Judge, congratulate a real great ride. Team will try to catch up with the winner, Mr. V12. I see him in the distance, so I'll go up to Mr. V12 and get an interview with the winner and try get interview with
Fitzgerald, Palace, Joseph, who came in third, and other riders in the event. I have enough charge. This is a brand new phone donated by me to me by Project Jumpstart. Please, Miss J, thank you very much. And so I'm heading to the man of the day. Passing me is Mr. Scott Bella. Excellent ride today, my brother. We are heading to the champion, the V12, the man that exploded. But just before I talk to Mr. V12, I want to talk to Claude Young, the man of the hero. Yeah, team, yeah, team. This is the team. Smithereens. This is the man, the hero of the day. Claude Young. Claude, you did an exceptional job. From early, you were out front. I guess that was the game plan to blow the race to Smithereens early. And you, I mean, I was impressed the way you rode. You were on all the brakes. At one spell, you were all alone and you were driving it like you were coming from early. What a race. Claude, what was the team plan?
Just basically go around early and make a station press and just stay out there and make Roca come across eventually. And so we do.
Yeah. You were caught by what? After station prize, right? Yeah. You waited, and then it was you three, you Judge Abraham and your teammate, and you guys, you know. And after you did all that work, you got dropped. You still hang on with the crowd, and you eventually came out fifth. But you came in fifth. So, Claude, I mean, I don't have words to explain how excellent a ride you did. You were the shop yesterday, and you say. You did change a new chain and a cassette and you said you don't want any problem, man, or even a chain ring, and you said I'm going out there to blaze up the highway, and you did. I mean, you did phenomenal. Your family was watching the whole crowd is proud of you, young man.
Hello to my man Rizal. I'm in niece, tell my young. She's my number one fan. Ever since I started riding bike.
Somebody Lauren Young.
Support look and normally help me by the time before me catch the team now. And register me for the elite.
Somebody tell my young to just not pass on comment too. Tell my young.
Tell my number one fan. I remember when I'm in a junior rider, just get beat half an hour by Byron Pope. Tell my me always do that. They never go home. I always wait for me till I come in. Then I just come back in at least 6 months now. Start ride back September. I try to get ready for the elite level, but the man up the kind of really challenging. 2014 when I was right till now, like the pace really high. They see about 30, 35, 36. Like, it hurt me a lot. So we can more or less help me develop back and try to get in a shape for the elite.
Well, you did an awesome job. You are the MVP of the day. When you go back home, you go watch YouTube and you see how you perform. Well, congrats again. You know, the team came out victorious today. I guess Mr. Alvin Card is very proud of you, of the team. Yeah. It's not sure. Master Macho, yeah. So. Yeah. Look, I get a few words. All right, thanks again. I get a few words with the coach. I will feel the coach before I interview the champion of the day, the coach of the fall team, Mr. Douglas Lamb. Douglas, you were out here. You show how coaching is important because you told your guys what to do and you came out victorious at one spell. You gave me the nod so that V12 will attack, and he did and came in solo. Well, I actually said that on the live that V12 will definitely attack Judge. I saw Judge complaining, Judge winner, and
I asked Roca how he feel, and he said, if you're real good, I go right now. But I tell him, being a judge put so much effort into keeping the gap. I told him take Judge as far as you could, and then at one point we will have to go and let him because he's a better sprinter than me. But make we let Papa out there, you know.
Right, yeah.
You know, so we left him out there, and
yeah, I was with the group with Palace and them, so I missed when V12 attacked him. Where did he attack him?
Right on the 40
incline. Oh, that incline. Okay, yeah, that's a serious incline indeed. But he looks so smooth. He seems like he wasn't suffering at all. I mean, well, he was at the bike shop yesterday and he was doing so little touch up on his bike, and he said, Andrew, I'm going to blow out the rest to smithereens, right? So the man did exactly what he said.
Yes, but with just the little guidance, because the plan was that to get Claude in the first split, and he did that. And when he get in the first split, the guys they out sprint him for the first sprint, and Claude hit them, and they just come around real hard, and they couldn't hang on. And then I tell Claude to go, and then that set up a better race for for V12 so that he don't have to put out too much to get to the break. You know, he have a man out there running by himself. He could just left that right there, but just don't let nothing go.
Yeah, because I saw you screaming at him, tell me, don't pace, just pull on the front and pull off.
Yes,
yes, and
yes,
so the game worked out perfect. I know Mr. Card is very proud of the team.
One spell when Heno Ghana was a dangerous gap.
Yeah.
So I told him, well, nobody will help you, so you have to just rip it and take everybody. And then when you take everybody on the limit, and then after that I tell him one more. You know, one more.
Blood to smithereens.
To smithereens. Yes,
all right, well, congrats again. So I definitely have an interview. Yeah. Yes, so we are here. We are amongst the crew.
You want to join the team, do this?
No, don't use that word. Give all cyclists big credit because cycling is such a hard sport, and we have to give each and everybody well line up because definitely cycling is such a hard sport, and the fans, for you guys come out, perform, keep the fans entertained. Everybody have a team, everyone want cheer for the team, and so we're not like when people be rude to other riders because everybody, you have to give everybody credit, and so big credit to all the riders.
And respect to one thing, man. I just want to thank you, especially for your dedication week after week. Right, I know there's things behind the scenes, people saying whatever, but the guys that are doing the live stream, thanks to you, thanks to Ed, thanks to CFP, thanks to everybody. You know why? Because we're going to showcase the cycling.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of hard work and dedication.
They don't realize, and I sleep good last night.
Look at boy, the bike that the hardest sport in the whole world.
You too?
So just fit the out there.
Well, I see your passion. I see your passion for the sport. They go day after day, go train. People don't know where put in trucks, they pass, or cars, look for knock you, but continue to go train and provide people all over the world, especially on the fans in the US, on the fans in Belize. So kudos, man. I have to give everybody thanks. So I will never degrade any cyclist because you guys come out and do a human job to keep people entertained. You know, people they go home on Sundays, they watch it on a big screen TV and enjoy that. So big respect to all cyclists.
My teammate race, but I cannot focus on the elite team right now. I have the young guys there and training with them more important right now than racing for me.
Right.
So that's why I don't race. But I still love the Weekend Warrior Club. And one thing I want to say is this guy right here, Mr. Sherwin Roca. All right, I want to rate him because a lot of cyclists in Belize don't want to give respect.
No, well, I give a rating.
I could personally say I want to top Weekend Warrior. You know, when I come out, I come for war. We don't win every races, but we win a lot of races, right? But it's one of the guys where I always stand up and war. And you know what? All the big races there, he's sure.
Exactly.
But one thing I want to say is that when he come to race, which is I like that, right? And when I come to race. So we have a lead match up. I think I'll come out cross country. Cross country Weekend Warrior. I think I'll make a debut.
Okay, all right.
And me a rock out war. But
all right.
Again, look at for me the number one right now, number one Weekend Warrior. Nobody barred down, hands down. No one can touch this guy right now. I just want to make the whole public know this man.
All right, yeah. So fans, you hear that? Mr. D Wade giving his big up to the man here. Good morning, Ed. You come out to support the team, and your team did well. But we are here with the champion of the day. You were at the bike shop yesterday, and you said, Mr. Donuts, I'm going to blaze up the tarmac and blow it to smithereens, and you did exactly what you said you were going to do. I mean, you made it look like a chess game that you picked them apart. So congrats. Tell the fans, how you felt today and what were your strategy?
Thanks, Mr. Torres. First of all, I want to thank God for the health and strength for them. Big up. Anyhow, that was a nice race, with everything went like that. That's the perfect game plan,
right?
Exactly how we did. That team in front of I big to see it. Watching movies, and as I said, everything went to plan and turned out this great.
Yep. So, you were. I saw you even coming on to the finishing, the high cadence, the speed you were doing. Like if you have just started the race, so you definitely showed you were in shape because people never see you and they wonder where V12 to do. But you mentioned that you were training in the hills. And we did mention that the hills get you stronger, and you showed where that paid off today.
Yes, sir.
Well, I must give a big thank you to your coaches. Your coach took your coach really. Yes. I remember he called you up and said, "Don't pace them. Let them have to chase the cloud." And when you bomb them, You drop a bomb on them.
Yes, I can't forget to big up my sponsor too, you know,
Yes,
Mr. Alvin Card there in New York, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and big up the manager
Wow.
and you know, Kenry Roca, all the teammates them, Mr. Edison, Osham, Marco Castellano, Claudio, you know, they who ride well today, you know. Even yourself, Mr. Gomez, to bring this live stream, you know, and the fans, we love you.
Yeah, man, yes, man. Well, congrats again, man. You know, we'll see more of you. Yeah, you keep up the team. Fireworks.
That's right. We're team up. We're team up soon for one and a big thing.
Yes, man. All right. Cool. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Wave up. Yeah. Mr. What's that?
Get the bike back together, man.
All right. Good. You did it. Yes, man. All right.
Enjoy
good.
this one.
Enjoy the one. Yes. All right. Good. What? Oh, you broke the whole bike? Oh, look at this. Look at this, folks. You see? You know how that you fall? You had a fall? Look at this, folks. You see what cycles got you? This some macho bike. The whole part broke off completely. He said he flipped over like he was doing tumbling, but thankfully he look at his helmet. Look at his helmet. You see what?
Wear your helmet.
Wear your helmet. You see where you must say that these guys come out. Look at macho helmet. He flipped over completely. His whole part broke off completely, but you know he would be right there. But I'm happy that you not happen to you, Matt. But I know you'll be back. So let me look. I'm looking for the rocket. I'm looking for anybody see Palace? We have some. We have some. Buy one bike to ride up this. I'm mining.
Service crew.
Alright. I'm looking for Fitzgerald Palace. Alright, Balan, let me bike some ride, man, guys. Palace is so far. Let me bike some Palace. How far Palace? How far Palace? You up to there, buddy?
Yes,
Yes. Where Palace? Where Palace? We up some?
I don't know what Palace there.
Somebody said up some. Let me bike my ride and go there. Okay. So guys, I have to borrow a bike, so I have to ride in, guys. So far, I have to ride to meet the man. Alana Will doing a great job. Pass up, so guys, I borrow Valan bike and then the ride. See if I could walk up to Fitzgerald Palace Joseph, who finished third today. Be patient with me. Trying to reach him. Yes, morning. Alicia Tom's Smokes Garden. Morning, guys. Palace Joseph, anywhere wrong? Morning. Palace, anywhere wrong? No sight of Palace. Palace, anywhere wrong? I'm looking for Mr. Joseph. I can't find him. Want to do a little interview. What Palace say? Where? Oh, good thing about a bike. Take on a walk. Let me try ride up back in the opposite direction. I told the cyclist today, borrow Van and Sim's bike. This feel good, man. I could ride back, man. This feel good. Mr. Escarpeta there. Yeah, yep. Let me do some 30 miles an hour here, out here on Belmopan. Chavala, come and ride to the man. I feel good. I'm looking for Fitzgerald Palace Joseph. Morning. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see Palace vehicle. I saw his vehicle. There he is. Yes. Morning, guys. I jump on bike and I said, "The hunt you down." But you know, but I take a ride and I what? So, yes, man. I was start back, man. I start back. So we are here with the third place finisher, Fitzgerald Palace Joseph Palace. YouTube watching my third place, Fitzgerald Palace. At one spot, I'm going back. You do me like so. So wait. Yeah. So
we wrote the team
Emmanuel rode early, what a great race. I believe that we rode too late. We should have made that juncture earlier. The chase earlier. I'm not too sure you are in front, so by 22 they went, right? That team man went. Clad was with them?
No, Clad made it out solo, and then Judge and Roca bridge up about mile 22, so 22, 23, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but that juncture we should have changed as a team, no?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
We didn't, so.
Well, when I saw him missing
right, yeah. But I just got tired at mile 30. So I tell you, okay, well, I'm ready to the back now. There's no sense in just riding slow to Belmopan, because that's what these guys like to ride slow. So I just took it over and I decided to just try my best to bridge up to them now. But it's a great race. We averaged 24.9. So we know
I see one spell these guys had it in the gutter. I see that crosswind and I say, man, they fight for hold on.
Yeah, I had to pop it too because these guys just riding, they just want to sit on your wheel. So, and I hope the viewers see because it's a Palasonic ride race and strong back now, basically. But the B12 rode a good race, kudos to him. And so did George Jr. Both of them rode well, and so I give them their props.
The MVP of the day, I gave it to Clad Young. Now, Clad made it out early. And he stayed up front and he still finished, I think, 5th position. So Clad did,
he came with us.
Yeah, Clad did excellent. So,
yeah, about time because Clad is training hard, and this man I spoke to him and he doesn't seem to come out to his ship doesn't seem to have sailed into the harbor now, but he looked good this morning.
Well, he did mention that he just started to train about 6 months ago, and he said that weekend warriors help him for raising level because
weekend warriors is a stepping stone as well to go to. If you want to go to elite and you cannot dominate weekend warriors, then you won't make it at elite.
Yeah, man. But,
great race though.
Yeah, crazy win. Nice field. It was on flame. The tarmac was burning up.
Yep.
But it's all over the tarmac.
I didn't even look back. That should be beautiful when I was at 40-41.
Why?
I want to see it.
You have to go over and watch it on YouTube.
I know you were there with me, so I said, okay,
yes.
I'm gonna spit this to spin reach shortly.
Yes, you might go on like a sweater.
Yes,
you go like a sweater. So you did.
A great race though. Yeah. The field was great and good job.
Why your machine look good?
I'm glad that you were out there though, so that as well as we still have seen because the fans would have seen it.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that you were out there seeing the spinnery.
Yeah, well, we have to thank the people who helped bring it in. We have to thank the jump start. Chicago. We have to thank Willie Boy for the cycle.
We should have a nice show on Thursday.
Yes, it should be exciting. The fans will love that show last week.
Last week.
After book, So
I will took it to
the fans asked them for come back after the cross country for dissect cross country. Yeah. So congrats again, Paul.
Thanks.
Keep up a good job. Yeah. Up here, Henry Morera, the man doing thing. Welcome back, man. You look good today. I say one spell. You take no chance. You bridge cross. You got them ball string out.
Right, that's the try,
So you know the 501 weekend warriors missile. The solo missile.
One shot.
Yeah, but
yeah,
man. Anytime, the fans love the excitement. Like say you rode solo, and I was impressed. You mark the moves and you make sure that you go the correct guys. I mean, one spell, had it in the gutter. I say, man, the suffer. I watch the expression on the face, and I'm licking. But like I said, it was a fantastic race. You rode well. You impressed the team, the boy that Guatemala. What you look on for you? Say what? You hold the fort for them.
Try.
First day back. Do you have any other team members where you want to take part in a Weekend Warriors event for Valvalino or just?
Right now, only got the age.
Only have the age, okay.
Hopefully, eventually,
I must come into when Heno was in the front early. But actually, when I saw Heno in the race at the start, in my mind, I haven't seen Heno. He just started, but
exactly.
He's so talented.
Yes, man.
With a little 2-3 weeks.
Well, this man with a hard work, I watch Heno.
He helped me a lot to bring that gap closer. The other guys was sitting down as well. So I'd like to thank Heno for his great work, and I'm sure he'll.
Well, you finish what? You finish?
Right, man, he was fourth.
Fourth. In fact, I might put it on the screen. They put up fourth place and Morera.
And it was very good. It was super today.
Yeah. Yes, man. All right, I think prize look for give out. Mr. Andy Bennett. 4-8 Alliance. Yeah. Your team under good. Scott Bell rode an excellent race. Yeah. Okay, that's excellent. Yeah. All right. All right, good. We're going to the price. Kami ko malala balan bike. The pressure. So we're going to the prize giving ceremonies. The prize giving ceremonies, folks. Thank you all for being patient, for staying with the live. We are heading to the ceremonies. Big Blade in the house. Big Blade. Representing, yes. Why? Ericsson did an awesome job. That man ride really well for you. Yes. Who want to see? Albert. Where you do? Second place. Okay, that's fine. No man, you guys are doing an excellent job. I mean, you keep the fans entertained. Yes, this is what the sport about. Keep the fans entertained. Yes, man. Of course, will be anytime. So we are heading to the prize giving ceremonies here in front of courts Belmopan. So, okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so my cable driver want to thank you, Mr. Banks, Palace, and give me a drop home. Thanks again, Banks. Appreciate it. Chat to you in a reach tongue, right? All right, good. Thanks again, Banks, saying you have to win here. Okay. So we're just waiting for William. Mr. Erickson, great job today, my brother. I saw you, you have raised the bar. You have a flame, I think, big blade. Yes, no man,
it was a good race. Riding here and beat, I don't know what joke. Well, it carried, but it was good. It was good and it was safe.
Yeah.
See a couple close calls, but everybody made all right and so it was.
Yeah.
Thanks for the coverage.
Anytime, man. Anytime. I'm glad how you guys, keep the sport. I mean, I noticed the whole Belmopan Kuka fun and fitness. Everybody do right. They saw the. They don't have the right. Yeah. Going to yeah, man. Yes, man. All right, cool. Yeah. So we are waiting the prize giving ceremonies, but thanks again, man.
Yes, thanks.
So they are setting up the. I'll let you get the stage for anything. Congrats! I hear you are the champion of the sea, Calbert Flowers.
Yes, man.
You be consistent. I see you on the podium all the time.
Yeah, man.
Excellent job.
Put in the work.
But yes, man, you look good. You ride good. That's excellent.
Yes, man.
I see even your wife you ride, all right?
Yes,
man. I see. That's man. All right. Good support. Fun and fitness.
Yes, man.
Rough fun and fitness car. The fun, but the take pain when you race, right?
All apart.
Yes, it's all apart. So let me show some of the prizes. Here's the prizes. That's the official fitness crew. All the fans. Short name will call out. And that's the podium. All the fans, the cyclists line up to collect their prizes out here today in beautiful capital Belmopan City. So just stay tuned with me, guys. I want to thank my team back home in studios, doing an awesome job. Like I said, I want to thank the people behind the scenes, the people that put their money where their mouth is, the people that made this coverage possible. This beautiful phone I have that did a great job today, donated to me by Jumpstart Belize, Project Jumpstart Belize, Miss J. I want to thank you a million, Bernard Sanchez, Urduns by Shop Chicago, in Belize Street, all the guys who made it possible. paid for live streaming, paid for fuel, for data, everything. We must say a big thank you. You are the ones that help the fans see such an exciting event today. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible. And I have no words to say thanks. I want to thank my wife at home who allows me to come out on time. The crew behind the scenes, like I said, as a real crew in studios. So now the prizes will be given out. The prizes have been given out, so just listen to the officials as we present prizes to the finishers of today's event. There's Mr. Alan well passing in front of me. He was doing some crazy chasing today. Monica Lola the prize, that's the winner. What the man took everything, Albert, congrats. I watch him man number 13 number, looking number 10, good number. The man have number 13 and the man victorious. Nice. Albert Flowers, C-class category. He won all station prize in the C-class event. Albert Flowers, fun and fitness in the house, fun and fitness doing their thing out here. Mr. Albert Flowers receiving his prize. And showing off his prize. I have the HBC class, man. I'm 60 years old, so I have to come right. Yeah. So, yes, which are calling out for the prizes starting. Let's be patient. Like I said, I want to thank all you fans who stay in tune to the race, stay on the live on YouTube. Thank you for all the people behind the scenes. So, Anthony. Right. Oh, let me see who. Okay. Tyron Anthony. Tyron. Oh, I know the man is Mr. Green. The man Tyron Anthony. I know Green name, man. I know you guys Green. Oh, the little Green. Okay. So he's collecting the prize.
Mile 25, Scott Bell. And mile 35, Scott Bell again, and mile 45, Scott Bell.
Well, this is a guy from the Forward Alliance. He did an excellent job. He's out of Corozal. He was blazing the trail. Scott Bell rode impressive today. He's a B rider. Number 12, Scott Bell. Corozal Bell. Getting his prize. The 3 prize.
Station prize for mile 29 and mile 40, Santiago Chief Castillo.
The chief. Who is the chief? Fans out here. Prize giving ceremonies. Chief. He said a 60-year-old young boy, I call him, blazing up the trail. Big respect out to Chief. Awesome job. There's the chief collecting his prize. Doing his thing.
Station price for my.
A lot of prizes, folks. A lot of prizes there in this event. A well serviced by the Weekend Warriors Cycling Club. Juan Gonzalez. They're calling for Juan Gonzalez. Come for his prize. Yes, cycling through this live, this beautiful event. Weekend Warriors, Belmopan Classic, an annual race following the big Belmopan Classic last week. This is the Weekend Warriors version. Yes, Juan Gonzalez collected his station prize. He's a B rider. So B riders are collecting their prizes, station prizes. Juan Gonzalez, Team Santinos. A lot of envelope there. How long will you have to give prize? My God, what much envelope there? They're not good, man. They're not wrong. I'm not even. Yeah.
We have mile 13, mile 10, Claudium, mile 13, Claudium, and mile 25, Claudium.
Claudium, MVP of the day. Getting his prizes in the event. Claudium, MVP of the day. This man rode a hill of the race.
Mile 10 and a quarter, mile 13 and mile 21, Claudium.
Clad, of your prize. Clad, we're getting here in him. Clad, collecting his prize. That's the MVP of the day. The guy that rode exceptional race out here.
Station price for mile 25, Sharon Walker, mile 35, Sharon Walker, and mile 45, Sharon Walker.
The B12, look like Fall take all the year prize. B12 collecting his prize. B12 collecting his prize, his station prizes. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Capital City Belmopan at the coast compound. That guy is a monster, he's a diesel. He's proof. Come next year, yeah. B12. Collecting his prize to be
Additional price on the Lawrence Creek because Mr. Sharon Walker catch the first, the last event up with Lawrence Creek.
So just be patient with us. They are unlock the prizes. They have to start through. There's a lot of prizes in today's event. A lot of prizes. Let me see who they call them now. Let me see.
Station price for mile 29 at the George Abraham Jr. and mile 30 George Abraham Jr.
George Abraham Jr. collecting his key prizes. George Jr. rode an exceptional race today. He was out front, he was outgone by the two fall riders, but he hung in there and he finished second place. He rode an exceptional race. Big up the judge, Abraham Jr. Right for Team Santinos. He did an awesome job today, finishing in second place, just in front of Fitzgerald Palace Joseph, taking in third. So I believe that will be the prizes for the station prizes. I guess shortly we'll give out the finishing prizes. There's a lot of envelope in those guys' hand. Yes, cycling fans, we want to big up our sponsors, like I said, the people that made this race possible. Podium for the Sea Riders. Podium for the Sea Riders. Podium for the Sea Riders. They're hanging out right now. So, podium. The class riders, they're coming with fifth, the first. Belbana Fun and Fitness. Mr. Belbana Fun and Fitness. Congrats. Senior guys, I hope I mix up with this. That's the father of Shankad. This gentleman is the father of Shankad Jr., who rides with the G-Flow. That's Shan's dad. Finished fourth. Belbana was fifth. Third place was Amir Gonzalez. Second place was Sheldon Arnold of Albert Flowers. Fun and Fitness. The team. Fun and Fitness get two positions in the event today. First and fifth place. Second was Big Blade. Sheldon Arnold. Third, Amir Gonzalez. Fourth was Shankad Senior, and fifth was Dale Banner. Fun and Fitness. Top finishers in the C category today, guys. They are collecting a prize and trophies and medals. Officials have the prize. The beautiful race today. In this event, we want to give these guys a big round of applause. They all came out and performed for the fans. There's some little confusion. I'm not sure what it is. Rather, is saying that he came in fourth, but I'm not sure what that was. The top five position in the C category. Yeah. So there is some difficulties. So some from B class finishing we have some issues. So some of the fans are not happy, some fans are not happy. Excuse for the poor language. So some rider was disqualified. So some fans are. Fan is really upset. So definitely, sorry for all the foul language, all the following. So you might have to mute. George, taking out the foul language. Mute it if you have to. Or stream, mute it if you have to.
Make sure no cycle using one to the sport. Alright? Make sure no on it go. Play on the way to
Muted if you have to judge. Continue with four language. Continue with four language. Want to be on the live. So George, if you hear me, I think the person have walked away. So the four language has gone. If you want, you could put back the, take it off mute. You could take it off mute. Take it off mute. Yeah, handing out the prizes for the B. The B riders are receiving their prize. B riders are receiving their prize. Seems that they have disqualified one rider, and his fans are very upset that they are using swear language, and we don't want swear language on all speed. They hand out the prizes for the B.
Yeah, you're doing this.
They hand out the prizes for the B.
Doing this with the hair, yo.
So these are the prizes for the B riders. These are riders for the B riders. So they're given top 10. So they have two spots on the podium, third and second. Chief third. It's a green tire. Those are the prizes for the B, and Charlie will have prizes for the A. The A, like I said, just now we had a little disturbance. Fans not happy about this rider being DQ'd. I think Charlie will call up for the finishing prize for the A riders. The B just collect their prizes. A class, A category, A category. They're given 10 B prize for the A. On a Willman place for Victoria. It plays one for Winnie. Out here in the beautiful capital Belmopan, in front of the courts building here, where the prize giving sermons for this Weekend Warriors Belmopan annual classic for the Weekend Warriors. Prize being given out. Preston Martinez in 7th place, Sherman Thomas 6th place, Sherman Thomas Young 5th, Young the hero of the day, Young 5th. Prizes is being given out to Young coming 6th position, the hero of the day, I call him 5th place, Henry Moreira 4th place, Henry Moreira 4th place. George Abraham Jr. George Abraham Jr. second place, and the T12, the champion of the day, who rode the road to Sweden, top 10 ski riders, getting a prize and trophy medals, and they are little chimichurri for their performance today in the Belmopan Weekend Warriors cycling classic. A beautiful event today. A lot of bodies out there to come up today, folks. But yes, we want to thank folks in the studio, Virgin and Lex, to keep this thing. So, we're calling on Roger Tour, but he's not going to collect his prize. So, yeah, so all the fans are out there supporting their riders. There's been quite a number of cycling fans enjoying the event. That's the prize given for the A. Orlando. So Shankar dad called me that Shankar here. I thought he was senior, so he's Orlando Cad, the father of Sean and Renan Cad. Just come and told me to just correct it that his name is Orlando, not Sean Cad. It's Orlando. You can know fifth, right? Fourth. He came in fourth in the C category. So you see, the Cad family is a family of cyclists. Mr. Orlando, Fisherman Face. First Marias? Yeah. This is the father of heroes in the elite class and junior, Renan Cad and Sean Cad. Well rode yesterday, Mr. Cad. Orlando, yes, man. So, yes, Chopper. What? Oh, this time, okay. Which team are really right for you? Okay, team, just right and attach. Well, I know I'm team right so good. One more ball. Excellent, Mr. Cad. Well, keep up the good job now. And the boys keep the fans happy because they always blaze up the trail. Oh, yes, thank you very much. All right, good, Mr. So, folks, it was a beautiful day out here today. I want to thank each and every one of you who joined me live. But before I leave, I must thank our special people, the people that made it possible, the people behind the scenes, the people who put their money where their mouth is or are. The Donors Bike Shop Chicago, D and Sher, Project Jumpstart Belize, Bernard Sanchez in Belize, Gilroy Wheeling, Gilroy Wheeling, Lewis, Williams Motorcycle, Donors Bike Shop in Belize, my driver Banks, my beautiful wife at home, the team at home as the wheel turns, who are taking this thing to a new level and will continue to raise the bar. We want to say a big thank you until we have another race. We like to give thanks that the race was accident free. I mean, I am not sure about any crashes. I saw Macho broke off his back, he fell over, but he survived. He didn't get any major hurt or anything. But like I said, until the next race or until the return Thursday, we want to say a big thank you again. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Go into rice and beans and maybe watch over the live again and enjoy. Thanks to everybody for a beautiful day. On behalf of me and my driver, I want to say thank you. We'll be back for another race. So peace out. Enjoy your Sunday and bless up. Thank you. We're out.